was saying not in the lounge yet. Yes, Marvel Lounge. Hey, everybody, that's right. You are looking at our hands, and you are looking at the deck, and within that deck, there are two cool people ready to talk to you all about the cool things happening here from Marvel at New York Comic-Con 2022. That's right. Welcome to Marvel Live, presented by Target. I'm Langston.
I'm Ray, and I'm cool.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Cooler than me, I would say. And we are up here in the Marvel Lounge. It is day 3 of New York City Comic-Con 2022, and I'm having a blast.
I am stoked. And I mean, today is the big day. It's Saturday, y'all. Day 3. Everyone came out in their best cosplay. I've been seeing it since I arrived this morning. And in fact, later, you'll see me talking to some of the fans, some of the cosplayers out here. But of course, if you cannot be here in person with us, we're crying a few tears for you. We hope to see you soon. In the meantime, you can follow us along with us on all of our social platforms. Of course, we're streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch. We also have social updates on Instagram, and you can follow along with all of the news from the con at marvel.com/NYCC, and you can talk to us at #MarvelNYCC. In fact, we've been reading some comments on and off throughout our live streams, and we will be doing this all weekend long, and by all weekend, I mean until tomorrow, which is actually the last day.
Yeah,
I cannot believe that.
It goes by so quickly.
Really does.
Yeah, you did. Everyone is. It's serious, but I feel like all of us like broke out our coolest nerd. I like this.
I got my vintage
rep, and this beautiful
Venom
Neff Marvel collection. There's a great thing. There's a Venom face on my back.
It's floral.
It's very good. It's a very lovely Venom face. So it's very nice. No one can sneak up on me. So it's very good. So I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff today. If you don't know, I gotta get this out there. If you are watching this right now and you're cosplaying as a Marvel character, get to the Marvel booth and sign up for the Marvel cosplay competition. It is by far my favorite thing to be on stage and co-host. I'm going to be joined by some of the wonderful co-hosts here at Marvel. I think
my first time.
And you're doing
Well, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Oh, you're seeing it. I think it's day 3. Our brains are so full of love and nerdness and Marvel. It's great. But yeah, it's going to be so cool. It's always amazing to see the creativity from all the Marvel fans in their cosplay. What are you looking forward to?
Well, don't forget that's at 5:30 because I want to make sure you guys get there in time. We have an amazing Miss Marvel signing by Samira Abed, and I cannot wait to see her. She's like one of my heroes. I think Angelique actually knows her pretty closely. But before we get into everything else that's happening for today, I feel like we've got to touch base with all the incredible events, panels, live shows, everything that we had yesterday. Fans, let's take a look at day 2 of New York Comic Con.
Black punk kid growing up, any excuse to get able to pay to do that and have other black kids to relate to it, that's the reason I like to do it.
Truly, this has been beyond amazing.
World of Black Panther trivia.
Brought to you by Target.
What's that thing? 15 seconds.
Skybike.
Skybike is correct.
Our 2 amazing figures from our friends at Madame Tussauds.
What do you see when you imagine Loki? It's gold horned helmet, scepter, green and gold cloak.
We call this the wax variant Loki.
The wax variant.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Marcus Scott, straight out of New York. Can't wait to see Deadpool.
How you doing? My name's Bobby, a.k.a. Cap.
Juliana, a.k.a. Wanda.
This is my daughter from Lindenhurst, Long Island. This is like our 8th Comic-Con in a row. Just love cosplaying and seeing everybody else cosplay and enjoying the Marvel stuff.
How you doing? This is Ruby Renexo, and I am here at the Javits Center at New York Comic-Con 2022, and I'm thrilled to be here. I've been here many years, and this year is no different. My excitement is pumped up. I'm dressed up as Tony Stark, and I'm excited to see all things Marvel, as should you, because I said so.
There's something so special about seeing fans dress as superheroes alter egos. I love seeing them as Tony. I love seeing them as Peter. It is so much fun. But actually on stage now, we have a very fun live event. It is an Ultraman signing. And actually, this isn't the first time we're seeing Ultraman. We got Ultraman happening today. We had some Ultraman actors doing some poses.
Yes, if you're,
with
a fan,
cosplay
if you're a fan of Kaiju, you throw up the Ultraman, you throw up the beam. Let's see it.
Here
this is so cool. So here we see. So if you're a fan of Kaiju, I know Ryan is from Agent M, is a fan of Kaiju and all things giant monsters. You're gonna love the collaboration between Marvel and Ultraman. These actors, I went backstage and they were there. I didn't expect them to be, and that's how you know you're at Comic-Con when you walk into your booth and there's a wild Ultraman.
Full helmeted.
And they were posing and they were interacting with Marvel fans, and it's cool. I mean, again, this is the cool thing about the Marvel booth, like being able to interact with characters. Like suddenly, characters come to life and they walk out on stage.
Immersion to the max. Now that we're in New York too.
Yeah, right. It's not the strangest thing you'll ever see in New York, by far.
That is true. We could be on Bleecker Street where we're seeing things a little stranger.
That's very good. 10 points. 10 points. So I've been a part of a couple of stage events. I just gotta say, the Marvel fans have been turning out in droves, and they have been so cool. They've been taking pictures at all the cool installations we have here. Of course, we have two great figures from Madame Tussauds.
We do.
We have Vivi. We have
that Black Panther.
The Black Panther standee.
You even look like you're a toy in the box, which is really cool. Target's brought an awesome installation for that with us. I know you can come by anytime you want to take some photos, but we also have a really extensive packed plan for us today. Let's take a look at some of the events that are coming up within the next few hours. Awesome. Well, until all of those events happen on stage and at the panels, we are back in the Marvel Live Lounge, and we do have a few things we want to talk about extensively that happened yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Great panels.
We had a really, really awesome couple of panels. We of course had the Marvel Fanfare panel hosted by, of course, the man, the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, C.B. Cebulski, along with Nick Lowe and Berto Ramos were on the panel. And fans attending the Marvel Comics Marvel Fanfare panel, they got their first glimpse at Jonathan Hickman and Valerio Schitti's secret 2023 comic series. Like they got a little sneak peek when they checked out a brand new character design. And stay tuned in the coming months ahead for more news about this and highly anticipated saga from two of today's, biggest comic superstars. Nick Lowe and Umberto Ramos. I actually got to talk to him. Awesome.
I don't know how you could beat Nick Lowe.
Nick Lowe, sweet.
I got to talk to Jim Zub, but Nick Lowe, my friend.
And you always want to give CB Cebulski a squeeze.
We also had a second panel, the Books of Future Past. Now, while there may have not been as many exciting sneak peek announcements, they talked about some amazing things from original graphic novels to museum quality archival editions. Some of Marvel's most exciting books are produced with the best in class publishing partners. How are these unique collections made? Well, we heard about it all last night from panelists. There was Marvel's VP of Licensed Publishing, Sven Larson, Abrams editor Charlie Kochman. He does Fantastic Four Full Circle. There was the Folio Society editor James Rose from Thor, Black Panther Deluxe editions, and of course we also had Penguin's classic publisher, and we had Elder Roeder there who was able to touch on all Marvel Penguin classics. There's just so much to cover. We're constantly publishing 1 billion books a time.
I know.
Not 1 billion, don't quote me, sorry, but a lot.
That'd be possible. So Comic-Con is I mean, again, there's so much to see, so much to do, and we want to bring you in. We want to bring you into the floor in a way that only Marvel can. So let's check out some of the sights and sounds from New York Comic-Con 2022.
And you are in for a treat because we have the Spider-Man Beyond Amazing cosplay photo op that's about to go down right now.
Yes. Spideys, one more time. Are you ready?
He's got a pep in his step.
Give me your name.
Joe.
And Joe, you are?
Parker.
All right, Peter Parker, right that way.
Pose number 1. Let's see pose number 2. And pose number 3. Classic. We love it. Let's give it up for. Way to go. Way to go. Pose number 1. Pose number 2. Pose number 3. Look at that. Didn't even need to stretch beforehand. A bonus pose number 4. Way to go, Christian.
We have Marley as the Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man. There's pose number 1. Look at that pose. Such attitude. Pose number 2. He's on fire right now. Pose number 3. Look at that. Coming right at the camera. The
He's
whip.
Stretched.
Looking good.
It's time for some villains. We have Mark as the Green Goblin.
There we go. Look at that. Pose number 1. We have the satchel and everything. Pose number 2, complete with the pumpkin. And pose number 3. Let's give it up. Make some noise. All right. How long did this take you?
I did this week, but I worked on it like this whole week straight. Like I didn't work or anything.
Look at that. Dedication. Taking time off of work and everything. It shows. Way to go.
We have Steve as Civil War Spider-Man.
Yeah. Let's hear it for Steve. Look at that. Pose number 1. Let's see pose number 2.
Cinematically
All right,
accurate.
pose number 3. What's up, Underoos? Good job.
Venom Gwen.
Ooh. How many of you love Venom Gwen right now? Yeah, that's pose number 1. Pose number 2.
So good.
And now, pose number 3. Look at that. That stretch there. I'm not even going to attempt to go even further. Way to go.
Oh, look at this helmet.
I am fully entranced right now at the fishbowl.
Are you, I am entranced by Mysterio and his mysterious ways.
Can we do pose number 1? Pose number 2. And pose number 3. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. I love how you have the color changing inside the helmet.
Ah, the couple that cosplays together stays together. Scarlet Spider.
All right, let's give it up for Vinny. All right, pose number 1. Let's see what you got. I like the attitude. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. Whoa. New York Comic Con was not prepared for that one.
Michael as Superior Spider-Man.
And pose number 1, looking fantastic. Pose number 2, right into the camera. And pose number 3. Classic, Michael, classic. Let's give it up for Michael, everybody.
And next up, we have Nick as Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's give it up for Nick. Pose number 1. And pose number 2. And pose number 3.
Spidey Carnage.
All right, pose number 1. That is truly impressive. All right, pose number 2. And pose number 3. Look at that. Can you just do a full 360 turnaround so we can just see the level of detail on that? Nicely done.
Next up, we have Roku with the classic Spider-Man, inspired by Steve Ditko.
Pose number 1. Pose number 2. Look at that. Is such a vibrant costume.
It's so
Pose
good.
number 3. And you literally look like Steve Ditko has drawn you and given you life, man. Like, fantastic job. Go ahead.
A fantastic job.
And amazing. It was like I was looking at a fantasy. 15 of them.
Mike, who is here as Miles Morales from Miles Morales Spider-Man for PS5.
You got the headphones and everything ready to rock. Here we go. Pose number 1. And pose number 2. And pose number 3. That's what I'm talking about. Nicely done. Let's give it up for Miles over here.
Next up, we have Ken, who is Spider-Man inspired from the Sam Raimi movies.
Classic. I love those movies. Love those films. All right, ready for pose number 1? Go for it. Let's see what you got. There you go. And pose number 2. And Spider-Man 3 pose. Can you get it tailored to the movie? There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Rose to the challenge. Great job, man. Great job. Pose number 1. Pose number 2. Look at that. It's fierce. That's menacing. Pose number 3.
All of our Spidey people, please come back up
you
to
ready?
the stage.
So what we're going to do one pose towards the Marvel VV booth. So that'll be on your right-hand side. Oh, we have a late edition right here.
Is that a Spider? I guess.
Dreams do come true at New York Comic Con. Angelique has been waiting for your arrival.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That's pose number 1. Now we're going to do pose number 2 straight ahead. And now we're going to go to the left for pose number 3. Let's mix it up. You know what to do.
You know how this meme works. Well done.
Truly, this has been beyond amazing.
Let's give another round of applause for all of our cosplayers.
Woo!
What's up, y'all? Langston here, and it's a very special day because I am joined by not just an incredible writer here at Marvel, but one of my childhood friends, my college friends.
Yeah.
We did theater together, like a couple of weirdos in New York
We were
City.
incredible theater nerds.
Yes.
I'm not exaggerating when I said their literal times in front of coffee shops doing the West Side Story snap.
Yes. Well, of course, I'm talking about the one, the only, Danny Lore. How are you, my friend? How are you?
Hey, it's great to be here, just like on the couch and also, chatting with a fellow nerd.
Yes, yes. I want to get to the big news, the big congratulations. Can you please regale the Marvel faithful as to why you recently burst into tears on a Marvel panel?
Okay, fine, whatever. We just announced in February we will be getting a Bloodline Daughter of Blade series starring Brielle Brooks. It'll be, I'm on writing, Karen Darbo on art. It is so dope and so fun. We get to see Brielle as a teenager dealing with suddenly vampires being like a real thing in her life in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, nice. I mean, as I'm sure they're down. I'm sure they're laying low during the day. What has it been like? I mean, again, like when a character like this, Blade that is beloved, you're getting to expand on this legacy. What is that like when you're kind of handed the keys to the next chapter and the legacy of Blade with the daughter? And this is what is that? What's that feeling like?
It's exciting, right? Because for me, I was telling the story earlier about how one of my fondest memories, even before I ever thought that I was going to do comics, right, is that my dad would do like the Sunday matinee movies with us, and it was going to see Blade with him. And I was, at the time, I didn't even know he was a superhero, right? It's funny, people are like, oh, the Marvel logo at the beginning. I was like, I was a child, I wasn't looking at logos.
Yeah, exactly,
Like,
you didn't know what they were.
I was like, there's words before the movie, and I wait for the words to be over.
You're getting in the way of my movie. Yeah.
So like, you know, growing up and like from the first time you hear music, like from the time the sprinklers come down and you were like, this was different, you know, seeing like that kind of cool, you know, like, so both in terms of like his legacy in comics, but also like my personal like vibe with the character and how important he is to me, to like my memories of like my father, you know, and stuff like that. It was really intimidating, but intimidating in that kind of way where I'm like, nah, I have to do this, you know, like where I was like, this is an opportunity to make the kind of character that is very connected to that legacy, but also feels like, you know, the kids that are, you know, like at the bus stop waiting at 3:30, you know, like those kids that I knew both growing up, but also like my younger cousins and their kids, you know, like.
No, I can listen to you talk, because I'm just so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Yes. No, so I want to know.
It's not like you've ever listened to me babble before.
It's very true. We've sat at diners very much talking about the varying degrees of all Marvel characters. But I want to go back, and again, there are so many creators out there, writers, artists, young and old, that are looking to start their journey to create here at Marvel. And I've known you for so long, and I've known you before that. Please tell us like the origin story, waka waka, the origin story of how you came to be a creator at Marvel.
The answer is I still really don't truly know or believe that it happened. I might walk away from here and you come out and you're just like, psych, like you're building up for that.
All four walls fall down.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
But like, for me, I was really fortunate that when I was working at the comic shop Forbidden Planet, at a time where I was focused on writing prose, right? Like I loved comics, but like it hadn't ever really clicked. Like one can exchange money for my script.
Yes.
And then they will let me write more scripts. But I was really fortunate that I was working there when my best friend Vita Ayala and Matt Rosenberg were starting to really break into the industry. And that's how I learned to script, actually, like just watching them and listening to them, you know, and going, hey, can I see your script so I see how it's done? And I was really fortunate that they both really believed in my craft. And Vita, when they believe in you, they basically go, I'm going to drag you everywhere until you start introducing yourself as a writer. And I was really fortunate enough to do work with Vault, my creator-owned stuff. And then from there, I started co-writing with Vita for a bit, which is great because like there's a lot of things when you're a prose writer in terms of like pacing and how much dialogue that is a big adjustment. And Vita is really, really good with that pacing stuff. And then my first solo like longer thing at Marvel was Champions. With I say solo because Vita wasn't co-writing, but that would be unfair to Luciano because Luciano was a gift on that book. I will praise him, you know, up and down like this entire convention floor. Because every script is really like this big learning process. That's what I like about writing. Like, no matter how many things you've written, the next thing you're going to learn something.
Yeah.
You know, and that was kind of my journey, was this very weird, just like being really fortunate that not only did people believe in me, but I was able to not embarrass them in public, essentially. Which is a big thing, you know, like it's making sure that if someone has seen your writing and believes in it, that they can introduce you to somebody that you know, like, and just being there and being willing to go, I have no clue how to do that, but I will learn right now.
Yes.
I mean, you know, from improv, like sometimes the answer is just yes and just keep going.
Yeah. So I want to know, what was the biggest surprise, like going from, you know, now writing a comic book, a Marvel comic, what was the biggest surprise that you found that was like, oh, here's something I never thought I'd encounter, or like what was that moment, like a moment of like, aha, oh, writing a comic is different than writing prose, like you said. What was that biggest aha moment maybe for you?
So for me, I think it has been learning as a prose writer. I think like as much as collaboration as there is with your editor, I feel like a lot of it is very solo, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it you're doing, you know, like in private on your own. And I had to learn to, like, I've always loved teammates, right? And I'm always like, I'm not drawing because I can't draw, so I rely on you to do that. But learning to say, look, I'm gonna write this, but like also I may be wrong. So just like reaching out, like, and I learned that a lot on Champions, especially when I would be like stuck or scared, because like my first book at Marvel being a team book was like big, you know, there's a lot of learning that goes into that. And Luciano, though, he like loves choreography, for example, so I could go, hey, I'm not really sure how to do this, and we would just get into a, you know, DM or an email chain, and we would just figure it out. And I got to learn from learning about, you know, that stuff. Or, you know, I was really fortunate to spend a day at a convention surrounded by like 3 amazing letterers one day, and I just asked them everything about their craft and had them like flip through books and teach me about what they do, right? Because I think so much about how we craft dialogue has to keep in mind how the space on a page works, how much work they have to do on that back end, right? And so the more you learn about the lettering process, the better your dialogue is, you know? And I always love just like sitting there and asking everyone to just teach me about their craft, so I can like how do I write a script so that you have the easiest time possible and you get to do what you do, you know? And then like, I guess on a personal side, it's really people actually coming up to me and saying, when they say something that they love about your work, and that was something that you cared about while writing it in a really deep way. Because I'm a very, very insecure person, like, as I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
But like, as much as I talk a good game, I can be very self-conscious, and it just hits different when someone tells you their favorite part was the part that was the message for you, you know? Where, you know, some, you know, brown queer teenager tells me that like this book mattered to them, you know, and that they got what I was doing. Because like when you're writing scripts, it's easy to forget that the readers are going to click. You just kind of hope they do.
Yeah. Well, Danny, I'm so proud of you, and it's so good to see you. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. Yes. I'm so glad we're here. We made it.
Oh my gosh,
literally,
I just like, ever since I first saw you doing this stuff, like, because you were doing this before I was like writing, you know, and I just been like, one day I want to be up on that stage and on the camera with you. Like, that was like literal bucket list of career goals.
Oh, well,
like, I was like from the beginning. And so like, I love being here, and you know.
I love you. Yes. Thank you so much, Shay, for joining. Congratulations. And you stay tuned to all the cool things happening here at the Marvel booth at New York Comic Con 2022. We're going to hang out some more.
Hello, Marvelites. Agent M here at New York Comic Con 2022. I'm at the Diamond Select Toys booth with my friend Zach Oat, marketing supervisor for the team. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent. Now, you guys always have lots of cool stuff to show off, some stuff that nobody's seen before. What do we have right here?
For the very first time, we are showing off our movie-based Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness bust for the very first time. These are Legends in 3 Dimensions. And we're showing off our Namor gallery for the very first time. These are PVC statues. These are about $60 each. You can see Psylocke here from the comics. But this one we're showing off for the very first time is Namor from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We've got a couple of Mini-Mates down here from our Mini-Mates line. On the left, we've got the Skrull, the Super Skrull from the Illuminati. And next to him, we've got Beta Ray Bill. This is a very highly anticipated figure we're making. He's going to come with interchangeable spinning hammer and regular hammer, but they're both fully posable action figures. These are our Select line, Marvel Select action figures. There's a lot of stuff to see, a lot of new reveals. We're showing off an Invisible Woman statue for the very first time, which is very cool. So definitely come and check that out.
All right, of course, if you're here at New York Comic Con, you can check all this out. But if not, you want to find it online, go to diamondselecttoys.com and find them at Collect DST on social media. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Langston Belton here on a nice sunny day 2 of New York City Comic-Con. And one of the most fun things about Comic-Con are the signings, right? Getting to meet the mind behind your favorite Marvel comics and characters. But what if the Marvel characters themselves had signings at Comic-Con? Let's have some fun and find out from the Marvel faithful who they'd like to see if Marvel characters had signings at Comic-Con. Let's find out. All right, I'm here with Amanda. Amanda, if a Marvel character was doing a signing at Comic-Con, who would you most want to meet?
Definitely Captain Marvel.
Oh, really? Which Captain Marvel?
Carol Danvers, the original.
I don't think she would appreciate that.
Yeah, you know.
Of course, I would want to see the one and the only Scarlet Witch. She's my absolute favorite.
Oh, what would you have Wanda sign?
Probably my crown.
Ooh, sign the wimple.
Falcon or now Captain America, he just seems like the nicest person.
Right? What would you have him sign?
Ooh, that's a great question. Probably that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, James, who would you want to see most?
Doctor Strange.
Ooh, what would you have Doctor Strange sign or enchant?
You gotta have a book of enchantment for that. So yeah.
Why do you have a book of enchantment?
No, I mean I've got one just for.
Just don't answer. Just don't answer any questions. Don't answer anymore. Don't say anymore.
Hella, of course.
Ooh, why Hela?
She's just awesome.
Right? What would you have Hela sign?
Oh my goodness. My most favorite pocketbook.
Ooh, nice. On the go.
Well, I would like to see Oscar Isaac, which I'm most likely going to see tomorrow. And yeah, that's basically my answer.
Do you want the fictional Oscar Isaac in the Marvel universe to have a signing, or the real Oscar Isaac?
Depends which personality.
Oh, okay. Good on you, but let's be glad that none of that calamity ever befalls New York Comic-Con, right? Well, listen, if you want to keep up to date with all the very real signings happening here at New York Comic-Con, go to marvel.com/NYCC to find out all the information about all that cool stuff, and use the hashtag MarvelNYCC to get at us on all the social media platforms. Until next time, I'm Langston, and this is Marvel, your universe.
Welcome back to the Marvel Live Lounge, straight from Artist Alley, a couple floors above. Joining us is Jed MacKay, a writer with Marvel. Jed, how's it feel? How's it feel to get out of the basement and into the floor?
It's good. It's good. You kind of forget there's a world outside of Artist Alley, and then suddenly you're brought up into the sun.
Nice. Well, I was actually, it is nice. So I was actually at Artist Alley this morning. What has it been like down there interacting with fans here at New York Comic-Con for the first time for some fans, and maybe yourself for a very long time?
It's been great. There's been really positive response to the books I've been working on. With my colleagues, Moon Knight, the various Black Cat stuff, and people are just really receptive to it. And it's really nice to kind of make that connection for the first time in however many years. I mean, last time I was in New York, it was 2019.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a long time.
Okay, well, so you have a little bit of an extensive history, but I mean, in order to get into Marvel, you had started on online communities and fan communities, if I remember correctly, when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's that experience been like from being a fan into becoming one of the creators?
It's been really interesting because when I was younger, it was also the message board stuff for young comic artists, and at the time I thought I was going to be a comic artist, but then. And it's interesting to see how a lot of us from that same forum have moved into the professional field of working in comics or working in comics adjacent, and it's honestly just kind of a surprise. the odds of getting to work professionally in comics as a living is they're kind of astronomical. So to kind of to beat the odds is, a real privilege.
Listen, we're sitting here talking about
Right.
Marvel. It feels crazy.
Yeah.
You talked about your work on Moon Knight, and Moon Knight, of course, fan favorite character. Of course, those who have seen the show on Disney Plus, like Moon Knight. Now, all these fans are suddenly like, I'm seeing so many people. There's so many Moon Knights.
I know, there's a lot of
so
Moon
many
Knight
Misty
costumes.
Knights. So I want to talk about that.
Sure.
Yeah, we see the cover there.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about what has it been like writing Mr. Knight. It's such an interesting facet of Moon Knight. It's beyond being stylish, it's such an interesting facet to this already, to say the least, multifaceted character.
Oh, for sure.
What's that been like tackling that personality of Mark Spector?
Yeah, it's been great. 'Cause, it's become almost immediately an intrinsic part of Moon Knight ever since Declan drew that costume and put him out there in that first issue. And the way we look at it, the way we deal with it in our series is, you have Mark or Jake or Steven are when it's time to go out and bust some heads. It's the Moon Knight. You have the cloak, the hood, but when he's interfacing with people, dealing with the public, then it's Mr. Knight who's out there. So that's kind of what we see as the function of those two different costumes and how they're used.
What's it like kind of going into the minds of both iterations of who he is as a person and being able to write those personalities? How does that interchange for you?
It's been really fascinating. It's something that we wanted to take our time and build up to.
Mhm.
We didn't see any of his alters really until issue 12. So it's not something we wanted to jump into immediately, and that's certainly not something I wanted to jump into immediately before I was able to speak to people with DID and try to get more of a sense of what it's like, as opposed to the more sort of sensationalistic view of DID that we often see throughout media history. So it's been really kind of rewarding too to see people respond to it in a mostly positive way.
Yeah, absolutely.
People saying this is something that reflects my experience more than perhaps other incarnations of characters with DID in the past. So it's been great, and I hope that it's something that satisfies or does service to people who have this condition and would like to see themselves more positively in media.
Of course, yeah. So. Now, another character that we've seen a lot of, and we're going to see a lot of, is Doctor Strange.
Of course.
And so you are working on...
R.I.P.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
death of storylines are so... it's a big moment when we see that death of someone. So what has that been like writing this? Of course, it's going to be monumental in the story of Doctor Strange. So what has it been like tackling the death of Doctor Strange?
It was daunting at first. When I first got the job to do Doctor Strange, I had just had emailed the editor because I noticed there are no Strange books going on and I needed a new job. I said, hey, can I write Doctor Strange, please? And he said, sure. I'm like, oh, that's that easy. He's like, yeah, we're going to kill him. and you get to write it. I was like, oh, duh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's been great. Anytime we have a death of story, fans are understandably kind of leery of it because we've seen a lot of death of stories. So we wanted to give them something to kind of turn it on its head a bit. And so rather than build up to Strange's death in issue 5, we just kill him the first issue. And the rest of it is, we find out who did it. What's the fallout? How is the world going to change? And we see that, cascading through the series Strange, which we launched off the back of it, where we see, Clea Strange as the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth and, going out there and doing things her way.
That's great because it feels like it lets the readers grieve along.
I think so. Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah, well,
because there certainly was some grief after that first issue. So,
all right, let's talk about one last character you got in your hands, Iron Cat.
That's right.
Iron Cat, one of my favorites. You have so many characters you've obviously been writing with. I just love to understand the mindset of how you get into the groove of writing some of these characters. Do you have a ritual you get into? You got to sit down and stare at an action figure of Iron Cat as you're writing them?
A lot of it is just kind of. I often liken it to like a rock tumbler, where you chuck something that's just kind of rugged and not quite ready to go. You chuck it in, and it spins until eventually you can pull out something at least semi-precious.
Yeah.
And that's generally how I approach it. I'll go and walk my dog. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to podcasts. It's just keep rolling those rocks around in my head until I can pull something out that's useful. And that's just kind of what it comes down to for all these characters.
Awesome.
Be it a bit of dialogue or something for them to do or something for them to run into or deal with. And that's just kind of it.
Nice.
Just the process.
Yeah.
so to speak.
It rolls on the ride.
Exactly.
Keep on
exactly.
Coming. Jed, thank you so much for your time, for your insight.
Oh, well,
Always amazing to talk to the creators that we have here at Marvel and kind of give some of the fans out there an insight into your mindset and your process. And stay tuned because we're going to be talking to more amazing creators like Jed all throughout New York Comic Con 2022. Stay tuned.
Hello, hello, Marvel fans. I am here with the Rachael Stott, who is a penciler at Marvel, for those who don't know. And you're quite a prolific penciler. I mean, you're really known for your interior work.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, we were just talking about her tattoo, too. But did you draw this one yourself?
No, no, it's a Jack Kirby from Fantastic Four.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I wish I drew that. You know.
An even better legend.
I was
However,
like, I can't swipe from him because everyone knows him, unfortunately. I would love to say I did that.
So you just got in. What's it been like at Comic-Con so far?
I'll let you know when I recover from like the. But I really love New York Comic Con, and of course I haven't been here for a few years because of COVID and everything. So it's really nice to be back, and it is one of my favorite Comic Cons as well because it manages to be like massive, but not like too crazy. Like
Well, we were just discussing because you're down in Artist Alley, which is like a whole beast of its own at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
What has it been like down there?
Wonderful. I've had such a great morning. I've had so many people come up and say hi and like already have a chat and things. That's my favorite part of Comic-Con is just like talking to people, and then I get behind on my sketches because I'm too busy like yakking away. So.
I mean, because it's so many people you don't get to meet who see your work outside of it, right?
Exactly.
So.
Also, I don't get to have many like nerdy conversations in my everyday life. So suddenly you're like, oh, in that issue with that guy and that niche thing, and you get to have that 5 times a day. You go home like so happy and
Let's start a little bit with just your journey into Marvel. You know, whether it's how much you enjoyed the comics as a kid, whether it's something you picked up with artistry when you got older. What's that been like?
I was totally like, for my whole life, like I just adored Spider-Man as a kid, and that was like the first comic book I ever bought was a Spider-Man comic book. So you can tell my mom's a bit like, she would have been a doctor or something if she just hadn't bought that one comic book. And instead my path was turned, but yeah. And so I've just been like, I love Marvel. It was always like my favorite books to read as well growing up, like going into X-Men and Avengers and everything.
Yeah.
And then when the movies happened, you did have that sense of like, I can't believe there's people on the street who know who Thanos is. Like, this is such a weird thing.
The way that it's just exploded with the fandom now. There's like
it's amazing,
I mean, it just means you can welcome so many more people at Artist Alley, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It gets people into like the storytelling of it that never knew the beauty of it before.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Fantastic Four. Obviously, you have such a close heart tie into it.
Yeah.
What does it kind of mean to you to be working on those books?
I mean, that was kind of, so like, people always ask you when you're working in the industry, like, what's the one book you always want to work on? And so when the editors were like, do you want to do some FF? I was like, no, I'm not ready. Like, I don't want to do it next. I don't feel prepared. And Dan, the writer, was like, just do it. Like, why are you being so stupid about it? So I did it, and it was everything I wanted it to be. It was incredible. And then I got to draw all these characters that were in the stories, like Galactus, Silver Surfer, all the Heralds of Galactus. It was pretty amazing.
I mean, that's the best part is like that is one of the team runs that keeps all like the classic characters.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you love it and you get to work on it, you're just upholding a legacy that is now canon. You're like,
know, it's crazy.
What I do is what exists now within it.
Yeah. It's like if I draw suddenly the thing with 3 legs, that's it. Then it's got 3 legs.
So take us a little bit through the penciling process for that.
Yeah.
What does that look like on a day-to-day basis for you?
It's actually kind of interesting if you know about comics that like Dan does Marvel style. So his scripts are like, he gives you sort of a rough generalization of what happens rather than like a strict like panel 1 this, panel 2 this. So that was really nice because it gives artists like a bit more like wiggle room for the storytelling.
Yeah.
So with that, you sort of sketch it out, and it's a really nice collaborative process. So you send it off to the editors and to the writer. They give you notes back, and you adjust it and fix it and do things like that. And then sit down and pencil it. But then I also do the inking as well. So then, the line art goes off, and then it goes off to some incredible colorist and comes back looking 1,000 times better than it did before. And
they're working off of your vision, though.
No, but on FF, I was so lucky. The colorists on it were incredible. So
that's really exciting. And then, I mean, you get to go along with like the story writing of it as well, and you get to see that manifest itself and come to life.
Yeah,
I mean, especially with the facial expressions that you have to capture. Right?
Yeah, and that's so funny as well because, like, obviously, I love those characters. So suddenly, you're dictating how they perform in a scene.
Yeah,
which is really interesting.
Absolutely. Does it feel the same for working on Immortal Hulk at all?
That one was really different because that was kind of like very new, like a lot newer characters. Because the part of the story I was drawing didn't have like Bruce or like the Hulk in it or anything like that. So that was nice, and also it was lovely working with Al Ewing because Al Ewing is like one of my favorite writers. So.
Actually, I think they're coming in with us tomorrow or in a few days.
Oh,
today.
I didn't know he was
I don't know what
con.
day it is anymore.
Yeah, he's wonderful,
That's amazing. Well, I'll let you get back to Artist Alley and to all of your fans, but thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us while you're here.
No, it's been lovely.
And Marvel fans at home, stay tuned. We have so much more coming up for you, including Ewing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, if you haven't already, you got to make your Marvel fandom official by joining Marvel Insider. All right. So check this out. Insiders earn points for things that Marvel fans already do, like when you're reading articles on Marvel.com, watching videos like this live stream, and playing Marvel games. Then you use those points for rewards like unique experiences, in-game rewards, digital comics, T-shirts, posters, Marvel merchandise, tons of stuff.
And if you are already a Marvel Insider, good for you. But also, then we've got a special bonus for you. Head on over to marvel.com/insider, and you're going to enter the code for the NYCC 22 live stream day 3. The code for day 3 is JJ15. That is JJ15. That code will give you 1,000 bonus Marvel Insider points. And if you enter all 4 codes from each day of New York Comic Con, you'll receive a code for a digital comic, Immortal X-Men #6. So you got to keep it locked here and watch every day for the rest of the weekend to catch those other codes.
Hey, and if you're not already a Marvel Insider, join now to get in on all this great action. Marvel Insider is only open to U.S. residents 18 years of age or older. Code valid until October 10, 2022, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Terms apply. Visit marvel.com/insider for all of the details. And we are still hanging out here in the Marvel Lounge.
On our
Ray
red
and I. Listen, so I love role-playing games.
Yes.
Tabletop
RPGs.
role-playing games. And what if I told you, Ray, that you could indulge in your love of tabletop role-playing games and your love of the Marvel Universe? What would you say to me, Ray?
Marvel superheroes. I think I know what I'm going to be doing next. I'm going to be finding some friends. I'm going to be rolling my dice.
Yeah, let's actually check out the Marvel Multiverse. My brain is blowing up. The Marvel Multiverse tabletop RPG.
Become a hero. Clash against villains. Roll your fate in the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. Now you can live the stories and leave your mark on Marvel history. The new Marvel Multiverse role-playing game core rulebook is coming in June of 2023, but right now, you can be the first to playtest the game. Team up and create amazing new stories in your own corner of the Marvel Multiverse while you shape the future of the game itself with your feedback. Here's what you'll need to get started. 2 or more players, 3 6-sided dice, a pencil, character sheets, and the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game Playtest Rulebook. The Playtest Rulebook is now available for purchase in print at your friendly neighborhood comic shops, game stores, and on Amazon, or you can purchase the digital edition from Demiplane or play it online with Roll20's Virtual Tabletop Edition. One player serves as the narrator who guides the game through the Marvel Universe, while the rest of the players choose to roleplay as one of 11 different superheroes included in the playtest. Or you can even create your very own original character. Together, tackle adventures using your imaginations to guide your hero's actions as you explore the Marvel Multiverse and face off against its villains. Using the unique D616 system developed especially for the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, you decide your character's fate, which is why the most fantastic roll you can get is a 6, a 1, and a 6. But different circumstances can affect your rolls, like when your amazing abilities give you an edge, if you encounter troubles, or when you use karma points to improve your rolls, which you gain from doing heroic acts. But the moves you make and the stories you tell are only limited by your imagination. And the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game is just getting started. Help us shape the future of the game coming in 2023. After you playtest the game with your friends, head over to marvel.com/RPG to offer feedback on what you love most about the game and the ways you think it could work even better. Then look out for the expanded and improved full edition of the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game Core Rulebook coming in June of 2023, followed by the first Marvel Multiverse role-playing adventure book, The Cataclysm of Kang, coming in July of 2023. After all, this is your multiverse, and it's up to you to determine its destiny.
Langston, I am manifesting all of my 616 dice throws now.
That was good.
It's in the cards for me.
That was good. I couldn't say Marvel Multiverse earlier because I was so excited, and then my mouth stopped working.
Well, you were floating in the multiverse.
My brain,
was a...
Yeah, but now I also love that if you a perfect roll in that game is 616. That is I mean,
Who thought of that?
I mean,
Champagne for you.
Streamers and pyro. That's so
Bonus
good.
points
That's
for
such a great
you.
thing. So listen, I actually one thing I love about Marvel fans, they really
tell me.
love to know their stuff.
Oh.
So I think it's time to test our stuff
Yes.
with some Marvel trivia. See if you know the right answers. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Marvel Live Lounge presented by Target. I'm Langston.
I'm Ray.
And we are still hanging out here at New
Still
York
here.
Comic Con 2022, enjoying all the sights and sounds and smells.
But
there are those.
we are not the only people doing things. As much as we like to think you're doing nothing but watching us all day, we also have a packed schedule across Marvel. I feel like we should take a look at the day ahead. What are we looking forward to, man?
I mean, I know later on it's going to be the Marvel cosplay competition, and that is a highlight of the convention. If you haven't done so yet, if you're watching this live and you know someone that's at the convention floor right now that's doing some Marvel cosplay, tell them to get to the booth, 2057, sign up.
2057.
And you can get to strut your stuff on stage. You might win if your cosplay is good enough. It's a competition, so.
And as you're watching here, even if you have to walk away, I swear this is the best thing. You won't want to miss this. You need to put a notification on your phone for 5:30 p.m. Eastern to watch this. Please do. It's absolutely insane to see all the effort that our fans put into their outfits. My goodness. But also, if you're at home, obviously you're already watching us. However, the other ways to connect with us are on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Instagram, and you can do that by using the hashtag MarvelNYCC. Of course, you can follow us on all of our platforms at MarvelNYCC. We will be on through tomorrow, through the end of New York Comic Con, and you can get more news and info at marvel.com/NYCC. I hear we're revving up for something really exciting on the stage downstairs.
Look at that.
Woo! What do we had? What do we hear Angelique talking about?
I think
what do we hear?
Well, I think right now it's about to start. I think it's starting. The Miss Marvel Beyond the Limit signing is about a little over 10 seconds away. So we're going to stop talking. We're going to send it to the stage because we want you to enjoy this awesome, awesome signing with a beloved Marvel character.
Yes, and Samira Betta, if you're ever watching this, love you.
We
Phenomenal.
love you. Congratulations. Enjoy.
All right. Hello, 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 Marvelites. My name is Angelique Roche, and I'm going to be hosting our next live stage event for a couple of seconds, which is a signing. I'm going to say it again. I said it once before. Do we have fans of Miss Marvel out there? Well, we are about to talk about Kamala Khan like it was Avengers Con 2020. Right now, please welcome to the stage best-selling author Samira Ahmed for the Ms. Marvel Beyond the Limit signing. Come on over, take a seat. You came in on brand. You've got the monk straps on your shoes. You are Comic-Con ready.
I am so ready to talk about my favorite girl.
I mean, she's a lot of people's favorite girl.
I know. I mean, I was a fan first, and now I'm writing her. It's like I got my fan fiction dream.
So that's one of the things that I love is that Kamala Khan has worked her way just by being herself, but nothing else, just being herself into so many people's hearts, young, old. But your book, particular, is for middle grade.
It's for YA.
YA.
I mean, crossover.
Let's be real.
9 and up.
Let's be real. YA is for adults. It just says young adults. Besides being a total Kamala Khan stan, which is on brand also, because Kamala Khan is an Avengers stan.
Yes.
What made you want to write Ms. Marvel?
I mean, literally everything about her. When I was a kid, I loved superheroes, right? I love superhero origin stories. There was never a character that looked kind of like me, or was a little bit like me. And then when Willow Wilson's first issue came out, and there's Kamala in this like completely iconic first issue cover, right? That cover is amazing. I was like, how is this happening? This is surreal. It was like such an amazing moment. And then I remember sort of putting this wish out into the universe, and I was like, well, after Willow and Saladin, if they stop writing, maybe one day I could write Miss Marvel. I'm not even kidding. I mentioned to my agent, I was like, do you think there's any chance I could write Miss Marvel? Is there any way that could possibly happen?
I love it. And so now you have. And the story's pretty interesting, right? Because it's got a villain, like most superhero stories do.
Yes, of course, you need a villain.
But also there's some fun Bollywood vibes.
Listen, I had to bring the Bollywood energy. It's so fun. And it's like part of Kamala's lore because her parents watched it together. She watched it. It's like, I don't know. It was just so much fun to bring that, the color, the vibrancy, and I just love bringing all those cultural elements into it.
So for you, where does one start off in telling this type of story? And for those who have not read it yet, where do we find Kamala in this story?
All right, so Kamala has had a very busy teenage life. As I like to say, she's an ordinary girl with an extraordinary job. And she's been like, she's been an Avenger, she's been sucked into outer space, she has had a suit take over her body and her mind. She was like, I just need to relax. Like, superheroes need to have a vacation too.
Correct.
So she's visiting her cousin in Chicago, which is my hometown, so I had to give it a shout out. Plus, every South Asian has a relative in Chicago. Like, that's just straight up reality. And while she's there, there's a break-in at her cousin's physics lab because, of course, also South Asian, she has a cousin who's a brilliant scientist. Break-in at the physics lab, an explosion of multiversal proportion happens. But
like one would.
Like happens in regular teen life. And then from there we find that something weird has happened. She's in this Bollywood bubble, and then she spies a doppelganger wreaking havoc all over Jersey City, trying to steal her powers.
Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, it was too easy. So, you kind of mentioned a little bit about Bollywood. For you, one of the things I love about having comics in and of itself, our characters go from hand to hand to hand. Different writers get to bring in different creativities, different experiences. Obviously, adding in Bollywood. Were there other things that you were able to add, that you were able to kind of bring, or you really wanted to add to Kamala Khan's life?
Okay, so a couple things. Well, first of all, I expanded on this, which is, like Kamala, I also love to eat. Is that, yes, do we have this going? I am like a fan of I want to have as many food references as possible. So I loved getting the South Asian food references in there. I loved that. I love I love teen awkwardness.
And Kamala Khan is an awkward teen.
She's so awkward, but I just love it so much. And she's such a dork. And Bruno was such a dork. And even though it's been resolved, I just love the I know we kissed, but I'm gonna pretend we didn't. There's something about it that I just love. So I just love that teen angst. I love that coming of age. I love that awkwardness. So for me, the way Willow and Saladin had started that, it was just so much fun to be able to build on that. But also, I am a giant multiverse fan. Love, love, love the multiverse. There's so many possibilities. And that's why I love being able to open this door a little bit to expand Kamala into the Kamalaverse.
I love it. Okay, so you know what door I'm about to open?
What door?
The door to the signing!
Yay!
So I want to thank you so much for answering all of these questions. For folks who are here, we're going to be signing our Women of Marvel variant that does feature Kamala Khan on the cover, as well as anything you have that is Kamala Khan, that is obviously your book.
Right.
We have Sharpies. Sharpies sign
everything
in
virtually.
Animate objects, though.
Yes.
Animate objects.
Yeah, please.
I just feel like that needed to be said.
I have gotten some weird requests, and I was like, I will sign your tote bag. I won't sign your stomach.
I understand.
Yeah, you get it. Weird.
Well, let's get to signing.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Who cannot love Samira Ahmed? I mean, we were talking about the energy she had while she was talking on stage. She's the biggest fan of the multiverse. And obviously, all that we have for Miss Marvel today, we have, and thanks to her, a whole team, but a lot of her and a lot of her own personality ingested into that.
And again, this is so great. Seeing Samira and Angelique Roche hanging out on stage. I mean, what a duo. So
they are.
And it's always great to hear a creator be excited about the character and like the stuff. To see them nerd out for a bit, to see the nerd energy come like pulsing through, and they have to kind of contain it because they are on stage. They have to sign it. And then they get to interact with all the great fans. Some Kamala Khan cosplayers.
Yeah, they do. So many Kamala Khans. Okay, talking about nerding out. We know Ms. Marvel, but do you know Ms. Marvel? We're about to find out.
You don't know Ms. Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, the shape-shifting teen who changed the superhero game? For real? This is gonna be huge. Kamala Khan was just your average Pakistani-American teenager who grew up across the river in a beautiful place called New Jersey. She spent her days writing fanfic about superheroes, getting good grades, and spending quality time with her bestie Nakia, as well as her adoring but strict Muslim family. However, one night, feeling particularly rebellious, Kamala snuck out to a party by the riverside. Quickly realizing it was not her scene, she bailed, but on the way home she encountered a rogue cloud of Terrigen mist. Kamala's body cocooned over. Say what? You see, lots of humans have dormant inhuman genes that only surface if exposed to that very Terrigen mist. When Kamala emerged, she shapeshifted into Carol Danvers to save the day. Sweet outfit. Which also helped her discover that she could grow and shrink in size, overall shape, and had an incredible healing factor, which she found out the hard way. Luckily in time, and with the help of bodega boy Bruno Corelli, she healed and had someone with whom to share her secrets and support to help her hone her skills. But does she like Bruno? Does Bruno like her? Do I like Bruno? Moving on. Because Kamala was a superhero superfan, she knew that with great power must also come great responsibility and a great secret identity. And because Captain Marvel was her absolute fave, Kamala took on her early name, Ms. Marvel, but this time as herself. She also coined her battle cry, "Embiggen!" which really grew on her. Kamala quickly stepped into the superhero life, having a blast teaming up with superheroes. Can you even? And kicking the butts of local villains messing with teens. But Kamala was also stuck in a super awkward situation. She was forced to hide everything from her family and her bestie Nakia, who just wouldn't approve. Plus, that made it extremely complicated to sneak out and protect the streets. And if Ami and Abu knew that you were talking to boys, well, let's not even. Despite the limits of being a teenager, Kamala has already worked with the Avengers, an elite SHIELD team, and has become a leading force within the all-star teen team, the Champions. Though she's just starting out, Ms. Marvel is a big deal amongst superheroes, showing that you can be smart, funny, and really, really great at playing World of Battlecraft and still be a butt-kicking superhero. And now you do know Ms. Marvel.
Hello, hello. I am joined by Ben Shapiro, who is the spokesperson for Madame Tussauds New York, who we actually have a little installation with on our booth floor here today. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here.
Have you been wandering around seeing our fans taking photos
Oh my
with
God.
Loki, Black Panther?
It is amazing to see really all of you here at the booth experiencing our wax figures. It's truly incredible.
So we actually do have one of the newest members of the Marvel's Hall of Heroes here with us, Loki, which I think you guys have gotten some glimpses of before. As I said, he's the newest member. Why Loki, man?
Yeah, Loki's such a great, an iconic villain. This character has just really made an impression on fans, and we couldn't have a proper Marvel Hall of Heroes at Madame Tussauds without Loki.
A little mischievous, a little mystery?
Right.
Mischievousness?
Yeah, exactly. A little mischief. He brings a different element to the Hall of Heroes. He's clearly not a hero, so it adds a bit of that dynamic edge to our lineup. He's right around the corner from Thor, so when you're hanging out with Thor, you come and check out his brother, and
can't have them too close together. We may get a few little rumbles.
We had a little separation there that, maybe not contractually obligated, but just to keep him from, getting into a little mess
Well, I definitely want our fans to get a bit of a close-up on Loki, and I think you guys brought a video of him just teleporting around town.
Yeah.
Can we check that out?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's take a look. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so obviously this iteration of Loki is from the Battle of New York sequence from Marvel Studios' The Avengers from 2012, and it looks like you guys were able to film on location.
Yeah.
What was that like?
You all saw that shot. I call it the impossible shot. Marvel Studios filmed this movie on a soundstage with a green screen. They have amazing artists that are able to create that. Our artists are amazing, but we work in wax, so we had to actually go on location. This was 6 in the morning, right on Park Avenue to get this shot, and it was just a really special shoot.
Did Loki make his call time? Did he teleport right at 6 a.m.?
Yeah, Loki teleported in and out. It was not our hardest celebrity to deal with, you know, but we're used to working with the best of the best celebrities, and now he's teleported here to Comic-Con.
That's incredible. Wait, give us a little bit of the process for why this iteration of Loki amongst all.
Yeah, I think that the Battle of New York is just, you know, we like to keep our Madame Tussauds attractions so locally relevant and locally specific. When you've seen the one in New York, the one in Hollywood is going to look totally different. The one in Vegas is going to look totally different. They all have that unique character. So when we thought about what's a Marvel character that fits New York that is going to upgrade the experience that we already have, bringing in a villain like Loki who caused such a mayhem in this city was just a perfect fit.
So as we mentioned before, Loki is joining a full set of Marvel Hall of Heroes. What about some of these other characters that you've chosen to bring in? What can fans expect from that? What do they see at the installation?
Yeah, I think one of the more special things that we were able to do this past year is at the very beginning, just outside of the Hall of Heroes, we brought the new wax figure of Stan Lee.
Oh.
It's just such a special thing to have Stan in a newsstand surrounded by his creations. And he's a legendary New Yorker. He's a legend in the comic and pop culture industry. So that's a really cool way to enter the experience. I think I'll always have a soft spot for the Hulk figure in the Hall of Heroes.
He's incredible. He's incredible.
He's incredible, the Incredible Hulk. He's actually our largest wax figure, and this is a figure that we've had in New York before the Hall of Heroes was even a thing. That might be the first figure, don't quote me on that, but one of the earliest figures that we've worked on with Marvel. And I have a photograph of myself as a young child. I will not date myself, but visiting Marvel at Madame Tussauds, New York, with this exact Hulk figure that we still have here today.
Well, can you let us know if there are any other characters or what else our fans can expect from the installation in the future?
Absolutely. I can't quite tell you what our next figure is. You know, we have that Marvel secrecy thing going on with the wax figures as well, but we have Captain Marvel, we have Thor, we have Groot, we have Iron Man, Nick Fury. Really, we have a who's who, and that's just in New York alone. If you visit us in Vegas or in Hollywood, even in London or Amsterdam, we're going to have different Marvel characters, so make sure to visit every location.
Absolutely, and if you want to see these amazing figures online too, you can follow Madame Tussauds USA on Instagram and TikTok, and Tussauds USA on Twitter for all the latest Marvel wax figures. Cannot thank you enough for being here with the installation, with our fans. Thank you so much, Ben.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Stay tuned for more from Marvel at Comic-Con. Okay, so if you want to know how excited I was literally just hanging off the railing, watching the whole thing happen below.
Yeah.
If you see that on the cameras later, it's me. Sorry.
Yes, it was. It was very dangerous. We almost lost right. But yes, we were looking at the Miss Marvel Beyond the Limit signing with Samir Ahmed, and if you didn't see it earlier, of course, this live stream will be up. You'll go back and look at it later on. Samira is so cool. She's so cool and just such a wonderful energy to have on the Marvel stage.
You just want to spend time around her. You want to discuss all your favorite characters. You want to go deep cut into what her favorite runs have ever been, because you know, like, that's just what she's been doing her entire life. It's just what she's absorbed. And you see it every time she speaks. The
Yeah.
way that this line is moving, she is spending time talking to her fans. You can't ask for a better creator, honestly.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about the Marvel booth, getting to meet all the awesome creators behind the beloved Marvel characters, getting up close, getting to sign something, not your person, you bring an object, and then they will sign it, and you get to hang out and talk to them for a little bit. You get to be a Marvel fan with your Marvel creators.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Because
yeah.
everyone's a Marvel fan. You're a creator, you're a fan. Guess what? You all love the same exact things. And she's great. She's signing even the Beyond the Limit books that we're giving away for them. She's also signing other editions it looks like that fans are bringing in. And gosh, it's going to be such an exciting time when you bring something and you're hoping that someone is able to sign it for you.
Yes. Now, if you haven't already, you are going to need to make your Marvel fandom official by joining Marvel Insider, right? So insiders earn points for things that Marvel fans already do, like reading articles on Marvel.com. If you're watching videos like this live stream, playing Marvel games, you can use those points for rewards like unique experiences, in-game rewards, digital comics, t-shirts, posters, Marvel merchandise, which is cool, and much, much more.
And if you're already a Marvel Insider, which you might be if you're watching this live stream, we've got a special bonus for you. You can head on over to marvel.com/insider and enter the code for New York Comic Con 22 live stream day 3. The code for today is JJ15. That code will give you 1,000 bonus Marvel Insider points. And if you enter all 4 codes from each day of New York Comic Con, you will receive a code for a digital comic, Immortal X-Men #6. So keep your eyes here for the rest of the weekend to catch all those other codes.
Hey, and if you're not a Marvel Insider already, join now. Do it. Get in on all this action. Marvel Insider is only open to U.S. residents 18 years of age or older. Code valid until October 10th, 2022, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Terms apply. Visit marvel.com/insider for the full details.
And you know what, Langston? It's a sad time for us, but not a sad time for our fans because, yes, we are signing out. Myself, Ray Lowe, and Langston Belton.
Yes, we will be back tomorrow, but for now we have to go. We have some stage stuff to do. We have some fans to meet. But we're not going to leave you hanging. You have the wonderful Mikey and Angelique are going to take our places and our souls. No, that's not true. But in the meantime, while we're all saying hello and doing the hot tag to our friends, please enjoy some Marvel trivia, and we'll see you later.
welcome to Marvel Live presented by Target. We are here in the Marvel Live Lounge. I'm Angelique Roche.
And I am Mikey Trujillo.
Oh man, it is day 3 here at New York Comic Con, and we have seen some amazing stuff. Y'all have been tweeting at us, Facebooking.
All of the above.
Yeah.
At Marvel. We're talking about the hashtag Marvel NYC. It's been so great. We love those who are here. We also love those who aren't but are connecting with us through all of our social channels. TikTok,
The
YouTube.
screenshots have been amazing, so please continue hashtagging us, asking your questions at Marvel NYCC. We're all over the interwebs. But I gotta ask, while they're figuring out what their favorite things were, like whether it was, hearing the announcements from panels, because we had some amazing announcements the last couple of days. What has been your favorite thing so far, Mike?
Honestly, the biggest surprise for me is just meeting so many Marvel creators here out live at the Marvel stage. I feel like this is my first time all over again coming to New York Comic Con 2022. It's just absolutely incredible to hear the people who have worked on characters like Spider-Man, people who have worked on Wolverine. We had the Ultraman signing, there's just so much coolness going on. But what about you? What's been your favorite?
I mean, for me, it's been really great. It's been a little bit of a family reunion. It's been, we've been gone for 3 years. But I honestly got to say, this morning we had our first ever Marvel's Voices panel, and so many announcements, so much cool stuff coming in 2023. It was amazing. It was just. Yeah, we had people in tears. So it was wonderful, and fans came up. They had their books. They were ready. Like Eve Ewing was there. John Jennings was there. We had so many Eisner award-winning people at the table.
Incredible.
It's great.
And I know that is so near and dear to your heart. So I'm just so happy for you to have that moment. And I know the fans who were there in attendance at the panel, they got a special giveaway, which was just the icing on the cake, which is one of the amazing things here at New York Comic Con.
It was.
It's amazing.
It was. I mean, okay. But I also got to say, today's Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's cosplay. And there
ready?
has been some incredible cosplay out there all weekend. Are you ready for the Marvel Becoming Cosplay contest?
I'm going to say, I think I'm ready, but I know in my heart of hearts that it's not true, because you go and walk around, turn a corner here, and then it's boom, it's somebody cosplaying as the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
I'm talking full on The Thing with moving mouth.
Yes.
Johnny Storm, Sue Storm, Reed Richards, and then Victor Von Doom, and they even had Herbie. Did you see them? They were absolutely incredible.
I've seen 5 Kingpins today, but Kingpins specifically from Marvel Studios Hawkeye, Hawaiian shirt,
I love it.
white suit. It's been great. It's so cool seeing all of these folks out there in their costumes and just coming together like family.
Yeah, like you said, it really is just, even people who haven't met each other for the first time, it's really endearing to see strangers stop each other, compliment them on, hey, that's an amazing Captain America costume. That's an incredible Shuri costume that you're wearing, and that instant connection that you see. So it's just the magic of New York Comic Con.
I mean, that's what our characters do. They bring us together.
Yeah.
They give us the power to imagine and to dream.
Yeah, 100%. And then it is just mind-blowing the amount of time and effort that they take on these costumes.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I
It
love
just
it.
helps them feel like part of themselves, they get to represent these heroes that they love so much.
All right, have there been any announcement that you have particularly been excited about that's come through? Because again, this isn't your first Comic-Con, but this is your first side on the hosting side. So there've been signings, there've been announcements, there've been panels.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've been reading The Amazing Spider-Man, the run by Zeb Wells and Adam Kubert, who is drawing. Absolutely phenomenal. They're going to be doing Dark Web. And they have just so much strength, and that strength is what we have seen in the Marvel mystery game called The Power Pose.
Oh,
it was quite fun.
I heard about this.
Yeah,
Power
quite fun. It was me and Agent M himself. And so for those at home who missed it, we would love for you to take a look at it right now.
Yes! Hello, I'm Ryan Penagos, aka Agent M.
And I am Mikey Trujillo.
Yes, and we are very excited for you guys to be here. We're going to do some fun stuff throughout the stage all weekend long, but we're going to start things off with a Marvel mystery game.
And today's game is Power Pose.
60 seconds on the clock. First pose. Let's go. All right. Put your arms out wide like you're powering up. Like down with fist closed, and then like wide legs, and then yeah,
nailed
Very
it.
good. Crisscross applesauce, and then hands on your knees. Yes. All right, like you're running with your right hand in front, and then yep, back. Yeah, that was really good. Perfect. Boom. All right, punching with your left hand facing Moon Knight, and then your right hand sort of impossibly behind you, and then rotate it out a little bit more, and then switch your legs. Yeah. All right. Right leg knee up, and left leg knee down, like kneeling, and then fists out. Fist straight ahead. Yeah.
There we go.
Whew. Whew. Told you guys you had to be limber. What's the score? 4. That's really good in 60 seconds. Give it up.
Whenever we're ready, let's go. All right, you're gonna put both hands up as if you're saying, yep, perfect. Spread those legs out a little bit wider, and then just tilt your palms like it's raining and you're gonna be receiving something great from the skies.
What do we think? Okay, fine.
All right, very good. All right, now you're gonna put your left leg up as if you're standing on a platform. And then you are actually holding like a pitcher of water. Yep, there it is. Look at that. That's fantastic.
Yeah? Okay, fine.
All right, and now you're gonna be squatting with your left leg forward, and then almost arms out, straight out as if you're holding like churros. Yeah, but you're gonna hold them.
You're way
down.
too California, Mikey.
I know. Yeah, so make sure they have like grip. There it is. That's looking so good.
All right, fine. You could have said sticks.
You're gonna stand up and just like you're once again in the rain and you have your mouth open and you're just basking in it, off to the side facing Moon Knight with your left leg out.
Oh,
arms all the way back. It's so glorious.
The time is up, Mikey.
All right. You're gonna put your right leg up, kind of halfway in the sky, a little bit off the ground. Yep, as if you're about to do a little hacky sack. And both arms are down with fists. And bring that leg a little bit higher. There you go. Hold it. Beautiful. All right, this is the classic crouch. Both arms are down. You're gonna squat. Put those knees out. All the way down. Feel lower. You gotta go lower. But stay on your feet. There you go. That was it. Classic Spidey. This one is just really cool. You're gonna hang off with your weight on your right hand side. Yep. And put your both arms are down. And then just kind of tilt a little bit 3/4, and then just look straight directly ahead at the camera. There you go. A little sass.
Sure.
All right.
You gotta look really like.
All right, now you are just pounding the ground in one pose. With your left hand, with your right hand, you have it down, and then put the other leg, switch them out. Bring that leg forward, that one back. Other hand down to the ground. Your right hand down to the ground.
Mikey, all you have to do is say superhero pose.
Classic Iron Man. Great job, though.
All right, very good. All right, right leg up, and your hips twisted a little bit, like twisting this way. Hands on your hips.
What do you think, audience?
Come on. Yeah, Misty Knight, come on. All right, your feet close together, pointed out, crouch down with your right hand down and your left hand, reverse that. And then with a fist.
Really got it?
Boom. Good one. All right. You're going to be sort of facing this way with your left hand fist down and your right hand to your temple. Like, or kind of like that.
What do you think, guys? Did you get it?
Boom. Nailed it. Cyclops. Very good. All right. Right foot, similar to like the one we did before. Right foot up like you're standing on something, and your right hand up like you're flexing, and your left hand down. Come on, that's full Namor, baby. Look at those abs on him. All right. Not even going to try. It's okay. That was the Marvel Mystery Game. We're going to be doing more of these. Please come by later to see other games that we're playing.
I'm Mikey.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Marvel,
Your Universe.
Okay, man. I got. First of all, I feel like there had to be some stretching. There needed to be was there like a whole stretch session afterwards? There's a lot of contorting that just went on this stage show.
Fun fact, Angelique, if you were actually here at the Marvel booth about 10 minutes before, you would have seen just me and Ryan H&M. We were getting our stretch on left and right, and honestly, I feel like I should be doing that before every day of the convention.
I mean,
it's so helpful.
I mean, I hear that stretching is good for the body. But seriously, how much I love the way it seemed like every single volunteer was like, I'm game. Let's do it. Let's win this.
So into it. And honestly, I was a little bit surprised how much I got into it because I'm very competitive. But I was like, no, let's go another round because H&M, kudos to you. You won both times with your teams. We came in second. Everybody's a winner. However, there's a little bit of me that's like, all right, let's run this back because it is so good. And watching the footage, I was like, paid so close attention to the silhouettes that I was able to see this time, oh, that was Namor's silhouette. I had no idea. That was Cyclops. That's how zoned in I was, Angelique.
Oh, man. I love that, and I love the fact that you're next year going to have tips for the person who's in your shoes.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to power pose. Oh, man. So, I mean, what are your tips? Now I want to know. If I'm ever in this position, what do I do? Because
yeah, you have to be very descriptive. And it's okay to get a little bit creative with it, give some direction to get the emotional power pose.
Are we talking overly game night, overly excited, descriptive, telepathy between partners descriptive?
I mean, you can get to that level if you want, absolutely. But it's left to right, left leg up, put very specific, your knee out, curl that arm up, make sure you're holding a water can.
I feel like you just sang the new dance for fall 2022. Well, while we figure out what the new dance craze is going to be, we're going to go ahead and check out this very special event brought to you by our friends at DoorDash.
Welcome to the Marvel booth, and if you know, who out here knows some Marvel trivia? We know Marvel trivia? I'm sure we do. So our friends at DoorDash and I thought it'd be cool to give away some really cool gift bags, and we're gonna do that through some awesome Marvel trivia. So go into your mind palaces and think about all the cool Marvel tidbits that you know. We have got an exciting show for you. Marvel has teamed up with DoorDash to create a one-of-a-kind comic that celebrates Dashers, which are the drivers on the DoorDash platform. You can see the comic here behind me. Now, these Dashers, these awesome, stylish superheroes, are based on real drivers that drive for DoorDash. These real-life Dashers, they are doing good in their community, not just when you want tacos at 2 o'clock in the morning, as I'm sure we all do. It's New York City. You're going to want food soon. You walk around the comic floor, maybe you want to get some food. Well, our friends at DoorDash are going to help you out because we're going to be giving away 10. Only 10. So it's a very specific giveaway. Only 10 of these wonderful, wonderful gift bags. I actually got to go out onto the Marvel floor and talk to some of y'all, the Marvel fans, about who they think would make the best Dasher from the Marvel universe. So we're going to do a little bit of movie magic, and I'm going to now show you what some of you, the fans, said when I asked you, who do you think would be a good Dasher from the Marvel universe? Let's take a look. What's up, Marvelites? Now, New York is home to tons of superheroes, but at this Comic-Con, Marvel fans are being introduced to 4 new heroes presented by DoorDash. We got Remy with her super elastic body, Julia and her ability to multiply herself, Andrew's technopathic abilities allow him to control machines, and Ernesto has some sweet super strength. Now, these 4 heroes don't just use their powers to fight villainy. No, that's easy. They also use their powers to help connect their communities by delivering food and other goods to all the cool folks in their neighborhoods. So I am taking to the streets to talk to the Marvel faithful to find out which Marvel hero or villain they think has what it takes to join the ranks of the Dashers. Let's find out.
I think the best Dasher would be Spider-Man because he could just swing above all the traffic.
You're not worried about the pizza or food getting sloshed about?
Oh no, that's all in the Spidey senses. You know, you keep it balanced.
Definitely Spider-Man, without a doubt.
Maybe Kamala Khan. I feel like she takes things very seriously.
She could also reach her arms up to your window to
Exactly.
get
She doesn't have to go up the stairs. She could just like put it right up there for you.
Yeah. No squish pizza, please.
I think the best dasher would be Moon Knight, obviously. He's pretty invincible. He can change his personality, so he can always have like the utmost customer service once he's delivering it. And he's pretty much invincible, so no matter what comes his way, he'll always get the food or whatever he needs to deliver there.
And it's at night, so he doesn't mind doing late night orders.
Exactly.
I honestly think Doctor Strange, because he can make portals like to everywhere. He could just go to Massachusetts or go to California or like go across the world. Like the possibilities are endless.
Think of the cuisines.
Exactly.
Amazing and spectacular answers all around. Hey, we at Marvel love a good team up, and New York remains undefeated in its knowledge of superheroes. Until next time, this is Langston Belton signing out. Let's start with question number 1. Again, respectfully raising your hands. Where does Peter Parker work as a photographer? I saw your hand go up in the orange right here. The Daily Bugle is right. Round of applause. All right, that's 1 down, 9 to go. Awesome, awesome. Well done. Respectful clap. They're all like, left-handed people. That's fun. Next up, this is good. What, Dr. Stephen Strange, we know him. What kind of a doctor was Dr. Stephen Strange before he became a master of the mystic arts? I saw this hand go up first. Saw you. Yes, he was a neurosurgeon. I will say on my card it says surgeon or neurosurgeon, so you got the harder answer, so correct. Kudos to you. All right, coming back over here. This is actually very good. What branch, and again, wait for the entire question before you raise your hand, because none of y'all are psychic. None of you. And if you are, awesome. What branch of the military did Carol Danvers serve in before moving on to NASA, where she was exposed to the cosmic energy that gave her superpowers? I mean, he's bouncing up and down in the back, yes. That's right! Just the suspense, yes. All that, take that back. We want it, every item better be in there by the time it gets back to him. If he goes like, yo, Lex, I get my water bottle, I know which one of you on the left-handed side. All right, cool. Come back over here. This is awesome. What professional career, again, wait to the end of the question. What professional career does Kate Bishop, AKA Hawkeye, take on after moving out to the West Coast? Yes? Private investigator, yes. And someone cosplaying as Kingpin who should not be answering questions in public. Absolutely not. Okay, here we are. It's a fun one. Where did Clint Barton, AKA Hawkeye, master archery? There you go. In the circus, yes. That is neither an endorsement nor dismay. Join the circus, it's fun. Master archery and then fight some crime. Okay, this is a deep cut, y'all. Which hero owns a bar in the Asian island state of Madripoor? I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds. Oh, my man, great. Say again? No, it is not. All right, here we go. Huh? No, it is not. I'm gonna take one more answer from here, then might go with their chance to steal. No, it's not Sharon Carter. All right, chance to steal. I'm gonna give y'all one chance to steal. I'm gonna go, man, right here. Wolverine! It is. It is. Happy he was going by patch, more an eye patch for some reason. He has a healing factor. You can't lose an eye. Silly Wolverine. All right, I'm gonna come back over here. I don't want to give out another one, all right? At what British university did T'Challa get a degree in physics? No, not Cambridge. No, close. Oxford, yes. He then said the other one, and I can't accept the other one. Neither would Oxford. Hey, where'd you go? Not Cambridge, the other one. What? Our school has a name. All right, here we go. This is, okay. I feel like if I'm gonna wait, again, wait. I can't even have to ask this question. What is the name of Tony Stark's company? You read first. Stark Industries is correct. No, listen, I read that and I was like, I should have just asked him what hospital he was born in. That's a much more difficult question. I keep coming over here with the more difficult questions, but I'm very proud you get them right. Here we go. We got 2 more bags. This is a good one. Where did Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, get her law degree? I saw Eric. UCLA! Did that without looking up from his phone. He's like, UCLA. Awesome. Moira, sorry, we got one more. You know what? I'm gonna open this up. We can make it. Let's close the channel. Let's close the channel. Let's close the channel. Close the channel. One big group. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause, being so respectful. Awesome. Okay. Okay. This, I feel, is easy, so everyone's gonna lose their minds. So again, when I'm going to be looking down and reading this question, when I look up is when I want you to raise your hand. Sound good? Sound good? Very good. Awesome. So, what job did Eddie Brock have when he first bonded with the Sibian vet? He was an investigative journalist. Yes. Listen, that was great. That was awesome. Did y'all have a good time? Y'all have a good time learning from Jimmy? I think we all learned something today. We learned about jobs, and that's fun. So I hope you have one, and if you don't, that's cool too. Enjoy blowing your life savings on spending money at Comic-Con. Good. So listen, if you're feeling a little heroic yourself, go check out the installation that DoorDash has right across the Comic-Con floor on the inner roadway. They have set up that awesome experience, and plus, you might also be able to get a hand on this limited edition comic and maybe some other cool goodies over there. But if you wanted to learn more about DoorDash, experiencing the awesome things that you can experience by becoming a Dasher, go to the world of the Dashers at DoorDash.com/Marvel. Thank everybody for joining us. Enjoy those gift bags, enjoy those bottles, hang out, and please stick around for more from here at Marvel at the booth at New York Comic Con 2022.
In the city where anything is possible, something sinister is growing in power. A threat that plans to drain the life out of the locals until a group of superhero Dashers answer the call to restore order to their city. The Dashers, all with their own unique abilities, join forces to defeat the villain and defend everyone's dreams. The city's fate is in the Dashers' hands. Find out if good prevails.
Hello and welcome back. I am Mikey Trujillo, and we are here with the Emmy and Annie award-winning writer, Zeb Wells.
That's
Zeb,
right.
how are you?
I'm doing great. What a con. It's wild out there.
It is a little bit. So you are writing Dark Web, which is going to be an exciting crossover. But before you got to that point in your life, what was your Marvel origin story? How did you come to work here?
To work for Marvel?
Yeah.
Well, there was a magazine called Wizard Magazine when I was growing up. I'm sure you remember. And they had a short film contest. And I had a friend that looked like the Incredible Hulk. So we painted him green and made a video about the Incredible Hulk. Marvel saw that video. And the next thing, I was painting houses one week. And then the next week, I was writing Tangled Web of Spider-Man.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was wild.
Was that the moment you were waiting for? As soon as they said, you have the job, you're like, this is it?
I had been reading comics my entire life. You know, most people say they stopped reading when they discovered girls. I did not. I just kept reading. I just never stopped all through college. So, just such a huge fan. It was a big opportunity.
That's awesome. So with Dark Web, it's between Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yep.
How did this come to be?
Well, we had Ben Reilly, who was a clone of Spider-Man, and he became a villain. And I started noticing that he had a lot in common with the X-Men villain, Madeline Pryor. So we bring those two villains together, they get up to no good, and that brings Spider-Man and the X-Men together.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like an organic team-up.
No, it's cool. We're all very excited to see what lies ahead.
Yeah.
And it's very different, or what is the difference between Dark Web and then your current run for The Amazing Spider-Man? Because I just started reading it on Marvel Unlimited, and it reads so, congratulations.
Thank you.
It reads so well. I am hooked. Your voice for Tombstone, plus the art by John Romita Jr. is fantastic.
It's so fun working with him.
There's the one panel, I don't want to spoil it, but when a certain plot point is revealed and Spider-Man realizes it, and it's a full page, his back is to, and like the posture, and I was like, I don't know how we got here, but it's like pure
magic between your writing and his artwork, and it really just took me back, and I just stared at it for a moment of like I get chills just thinking about it. So
he draws those moments so well where he has to capture an emotion. I just love drawing the soap opera high drama for him. And then the artist I'm working with here are Adam Kubert and Ed McGuinness. So it's got a different flavor, you know, like I like to write for the artist that's going to draw them. So this is a little more bombastic, like it's a big crossover, a lot of characters, a lot of wild stuff. So it's one of those stories where you just try to get as crazy as possible and see what happens.
Yeah. And then what is your writing process? Can you dive into that, of what inspires you? Is there a certain message? Because going back to episode 7 of Marvel Studios' She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which you wrote, which is amazing. You have these incredible characters all come together for counseling, a little therapy session. But then there's a moment where She-Hulk, Jen Walters, she gets to really show some internal emotions and character development. And it's like, did you know that's where you wanted to head, or does it just come organically?
Yeah, we wanted to get there, and I thought that I wanted to show a fun superhero therapy scene. But you know, I'm in therapy. Like, I think therapy is a good thing, and I wanted it to like 100%. Sort of organically like get to a good place, show it helping people, like actually show those people connecting and send her off in a better place than she came in. And it feels like people are picking up on that. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think, you know, like you just have these I'm just such a fan because you have these moments with Peter in The Amazing Spider-Man where he's just put through the ringer more than we've ever seen before. And I'm wondering, like, how did he get here? But every time I'm just rooting. I don't know if I've rooted so much for Peter ever in my life before between your series. And so if you could just elaborate on putting him through the ringer and what that means to inspire people, that he's still carrying on and choosing to do the right thing.
I think that you don't really know what's at the core of your character until you're put in a hard situation. And that's, I think in my life, that like the hardest things I've gone through, you look back and you're like, oh, I learned a lot about myself. I grew. And so I just think the best stories are about like, well, let's throw as much at him as possible and see what happens, see how he perseveres, and see how much strength he has at his core.
Yeah, that's so great. And so real quick, can you tease about Kamala's role in this series coming up? You don't have to spoil anything.
I won't spoil anything. She's so much fun to write, and I love her and Peter together because I think there's a lot of symmetry between those two characters. But she will play a big part in Dark Web, and then we have big plans for her in the second year of Amazing Spider-Man.
Awesome. I can't wait. I know the fans at home, they can't wait. Thank you so much for joining us. Your work, like I said, is incredible.
Thanks, Mike.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of your con.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks
care.
for having me on.
My pleasure.
What's up, y'all? Langston Belton here at New York City Comic-Con, and we are talking comics, right? The operative word in Comic Con. And who can forget that feeling of walking to your local comic book shop and looking across the shelves to see if the newest comic featuring your favorite character is out? So I thought it'd be cool to hit the floor and talk to the Marvel faithful to find out what Marvel comics they are reading and where they're getting them. Let's find out. All right, I'm here with Bree and Kenji, y'all. What Marvel comics are you reading right now, and where are you picking them up? What comic shops you heading to?
Well, right now, our go-to spot is in Wayne, New Jersey. It's called Zap Comics. Shout out to Zap.
I actually just picked up House of M. I read Marvel a while ago when I was growing up, and with the movies kind of like resurging, I really wanted to kind of get back into it because I really just want to try and get as many of the original editions as possible.
Hey, it's a shop. A shop is a shop.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I'm still on the verge of completing Separation Anxiety, the Venom comic. I just need part 2 and 3, and that's my last one. That's what currently I'm working on right now.
We actually collected all 14-part series of Maximum Carnage from 1933. So I actually have, we both have a personal collection of the Lethal Protector, Volume 1.
I go to a local one in Woodbridge, Virginia called Pain and Visions Comics. I love to read, Spider-Man comics and all that stuff.
I'm at Comic Storian up in New Jersey, and
same Comic Storian with him. I'm reading the Venom Darkest Night right now.
and I just finished Al Ewing's Ultimate Hulk. Ultimate Hulk. What was it again? Immortal Hulk.
There's so many different Hulks. There's reds, there's greens, there's fix-its.
I used to read Superior Spider-Man also as well, and I also have like a Marvel Unlimited subscription where I read several comics on there as well.
Awesome, and also spectacular ensemble.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's from the Kith Streetwear collaboration with Marvel, of course, Spider-Man. One of my favorite characters of the Marvel Universe.
Fresh. Hey, big shout out to the Marvel fans, keeping up to date and reading the current Marvel comics on the shelves. And hey, bigger shout out to all the comic book shops that are keeping the comics in the hands of the readers. We couldn't do without you. But hey, listen, I'm going to hang out here and hopefully someone's going to bring me some comics. But hey, if you want to keep up to date with all the cool things happening here at New York City Comic Con, be sure to go to marvel.com/NYCC and get at us on all the social media platforms using the hashtag MarvelNYCC. Until next time, I'm Langston. This is Marvel, your universe.
Welcome to Marvel Unlimited. Explore the Marvel Universe. The characters you know. The stories you love. All for a low price. All in one place. All at your fingertips. This is Marvel Unlimited.
Hello and welcome to Marvel Live presented by Target. I'm here with our great friend, Adam Kubert, the legend, the artist. You were with us just the other day, drawing the character Man-Thing, doing the pencils with Brian Crosby. Then you switched and you did the inks on his artwork. How have you been since then, Adam?
That only happened yesterday, but it feels like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
You know, all good.
Yeah,
all good.
The joy of New York Comic Con. Time existing and it doesn't exist at all times.
Yeah.
So we know that you did the cover for Wolverine issue number 25, which is going to be on sale October 12th, your local comic book store.
Yep.
What was exciting about working on that comic cover, or just Wolverine in general?
You know, what was so great about doing that comic cover was they wanted an iconic, because it's the 25th issue, they wanted an iconic shot. That's all they have to say. Iconic is the name of the game. You know? So that was a really fun cover to do. But interestingly, that was the last cover because I'm no longer working on Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last cover after. I think I was on Wolverine 2 years, but I did the most covers in a row I had ever done. You know, with variants, with multiples and whatnot. I had like 50 covers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy covers more or storytelling with the panels?
I like
or
the
just-
interiors because the interiors is what keeps me honest. You know, it's a lot of drawing, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. You know, and you can make mistakes. It's very forgiving.
Yeah.
Covers, you have to be spot on all the time, and it's more stressful. You know, when I'm doing a cover, I like doing a whole bunch of interior pages, sliding the cover in front of me, and then I'm all warmed up and I can blow through it. I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's great. And we all know like the cover has to read immediately and grab somebody's attention.
Cover has to
so
sing.
I get where you're
Yeah.
feeling that pressure from.
Yeah.
But I know you're also working on some other projects for Marvel. Would you care to divulge if you can?
Absolutely. I'm doing, Marvel's doing this big, huge event called Dark Web.
I know.
Spider-Man and Chasm and X-Men and, you know, a whole bunch of characters. And I'm doing the bookends to it, the bookends to the event. So the very beginning, then they have a whole bunch of books, and the very end.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. And you know what's even more exciting?
Tell us. We are waiting.
It's even more exciting. I went to the back of the Marvel booth, and my Dark Web #1 cover was like, and I saw it on my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was
On
like-
your birthday?
It was on my birthday.
Happy birthday. A late belated
And
birthday.
That was the best, and I posted on Instagram. That was the best birthday present I could have had.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so cool that you've been in this Marvel world for so long that
Yeah.
even now,
Oh,
you can
even
still
you know,
see those things that give
you can't rest
goosebumps.
on your laurels. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta keep pushing, and it's fun. You know.
Yeah. And what's it been like interacting with fans here at New York Comic Con?
I love it. You know, New York. I mean, I moved down to Florida temporarily. I hope. I like Florida, but I come back here and you know, it's energizing. Yeah.
And we touched upon on our live draw that we did the other day. We had some questions from the fans, and they're asking some art stuff for your reference material because you draw all these Marvel characters. What is your research process before you even dive into it?
Mikey, that's a great question. What I usually do, because I want to be current, obviously I don't know all the characters. You know, there's just too many. I want the most current costume because I hate going back and fixing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I always ask the editor, give me one baseline shot, and then I'll just search on the web for, you know, similar shots. So that's all I do. Give me one baseline, makes it easy for them, makes it easy for me. Just, you know, and dozens pop up, and then I'm done. So it's easier than it was where I would, you know, carry envelopes and books and comics and, you know, and I put Post-its in the comic for this character. You know, so much easier now.
Yeah, that's
You know?
so great. And then personally, are you using yourself as reference? Are you making faces in the mirror just to get those emotions, doing the body
Must
poses?
have heard something.
No, honest. I'm being
No?
honest with you, Adam. I'm just speaking from an artist's perspective.
Yeah.
Do you do a little?
Well, for the longest time, I would have a mirror right next to me. And the danger about that is all your characters start looking like, you know, you get like this and like this and the fists and the, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I used to have a mirror. Now if I really run into a snag, I'll just take a picture of myself and pop it on my, you know, and flip it or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
or do a search. I mean, I'm drawing skulls now, some skulls. Do a search for 3D skull. There's a skull and I can move it, and you know, it's just, it's easy, awesome, but you know, you could still get lost in the, you know, in the whole minutia of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Adam, I could talk to you for hours and hours. We just want to thank you so much. Every time that you're here, it truly is a pleasure.
My
So
pleasure.
Thank you. Hope you enjoy the rest of New York
It's
Comic
great
Con
talking to you too,
2022.
Mikey.
Welcome back to Marvel Live here at the Marvel booth presented by Target. I'm Angelique Roche.
And I am Mikey Trujillo.
Ugh, Mikey,
Yes.
what a day.
It's been so good, right?
What a day.
There's just so much excitement going on here at the Marvel booth.
There is.
Announcements, creators, cosplay.
And do you know how people can make sure that they are keeping up with all those great announcements?
I actually do. You just need to go to marvel.com, right?
That is correct.
Or
any of our social platforms. But while you're at marvel.com, you want to make sure that you become a member of Marvel Insider if you're not already. And we're throwing up right now our Insider code for day 3. It's popped up a couple times today, so if you're seeing this code, you need to run. You need to use this code right now because it is only good for today, and there are only so many redemptions from this code. It is JJ15, and you can go to, as Mikey said, marvel.com/insider and go use that code right now. Oh man. So folks have been online. They've been watching us on YouTube. They've been watching us on Twitch. They've been commenting. And you know, we want to make sure that folks know that as you're using that hashtag Marvel NYCC at Marvel on all of these different platforms, including Instagram, that we're listening.
Yeah, 100%. And we have their comments right now. Are you ready to dive deep into this, Angelique?
All right, hold on. I'm stretching, right?
You learned a thing from Power Pose, I see.
I did. You told me that I needed to like get ready.
All right,
let's go.
So we have from Twitch, what comic announcement are you most hyped about?
Got it. I am most hyped about Silver Surfer Ghostlight #1 coming out February 2023, starring Albie Harper, who is becoming one of Marvel's newest black superheroes. Gonna be dope. What about you?
I can't. First of all, I just gotta say, Silver Surfer is my absolute favorite as a little kid. So you know, I am right there with you.
Oh yeah, and it's like
cannot
based
wait.
on like an old Stan Lee story. Look, I'm not gonna spoil stuff. They gotta go to marvel.com, check out the press release. But you know,
we'll talk afterwards. Just me and you for all that.
I know some
Silver
things.
Surfer.
I know
okay.
some secrets.
All right. Next up, we have. I would like to meet either Deadpool or Groot. Which Marvel character would you like to meet?
This is hard.
There's a lot of options.
There's a lot of options.
Do you want to be swinging with somebody through the city streets? Do you want to be able to fly on a surfboard, perhaps?
I mean,
maybe you want to get somewhere fast, or
it's
teleport.
hard. I'm gonna say Hobie Brown. For some reason, is just in my brain right now.
Run with it.
It's just brilliant, inventor, smart. Does get to swing through the city with Spider-Man. Yeah. But honestly, I'm gonna go to my trade. I'm Monica Rambeau. Like I wanna have a bowl of gumbo with Monica Rambeau. What about you?
So, since I am not from New York City, as I was walking over here to the Comic-Con, I was looking at the rooftops and I was thinking, okay, if Daredevil was going around doing his thing, obviously you need a Billy Club.
Hell's
But I
Kitchen.
would like to meet Daredevil in person. I want to ask him the ins and outs of, okay, do you know which water tower is your favorite? Which area are you going to go up high or going to go low?
Not gonna ask. Or do you want to meet Daredevil, or do you want to meet Matt Murdock, or do you want to meet both? Because I would want to have a conversation with. I know they're the same person, but I want to have a conversation with Matt Murdock.
I know from your background.
Let's
that
think
that's
about,
right up
think
your
about
alley.
all
Yeah.
the cases.
Yeah, and it's so helpful too. Maybe you need some little lawyer advice. That's the way to go.
He is a very good lawyer.
All right, our last from Twitter. Our question is, who would you like to cosplay as?
Starling.
Starling? Okay.
Come on,
okay.
have you not seen Starling's like one red out there flipping it? Yeah, that or Rose Rocher.
Yeah.
Even though villain, I'm down for it.
That's all good. All right. Well, we have caught up with some of our fans at the Marvel booth, and I think it's time that we check out some of their cosplay.
Hi, I'm Jess.
Hi, and I'm Bernie, Jess's dad.
I'm dressed as Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming.
And I'm Ant-Man.
And we're just really excited to see the art and hang out with a bunch of our cosplay friends today.
Yeah, we're loving it. The con's so fun.
Hi, I'm Stella, and I'm cosplaying Sylvie from the Loki series, and I'm here at New York City Comic Con. And I'm very, 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 very excited because I've been looking at all the comic people, and I got to meet Lee Garbutt.
Well, I'm Dave, and I've got my Squirrel Girl on because I love to eat nuts and kick butts.
And I'm Sherry, and I'm She-Hulk today. And we're from New Hampshire.
This is my second Comic-Con,
It's my first Comic-Con.
and we just love seeing who everybody's dressed as, looking for other Marvel folk, and it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Cosplay on cosplay on cosplay.
All day, every day. And now I think it's time we're going to check out which Marvel character has the best style.
Ooh.
Is that what you're feeling right now?
So we're going to be styling, profiling superheroes. I'm here for it.
All right.
Let's do it.
I think so.
What's up, y'all? I'm Raylo, your woman on the street, and I'm here in the midst of Comic-Con, and I cannot tell you how many amazing cosplays I'm seeing. I think I might go around and grab a few, and I gotta know, who has the best Marvel superhero style? There's no wrong answer, or is there? Which Marvel superhero or villain do you think has the best style?
I'd say J. Jonah Jameson.
Ooh, tell me why.
He just brings it every day. He's wearing business. He means business. He's out to get Spider-Man.
Oh, Wanda Maximoff, hands down.
Ooh, give me a reason.
She's hitting all the eras, like 70s, 60s, 90s, she's got it.
I have to say Storm, honestly. Just love the skin tight suit and everything, and just the white hair.
Of course, it's got to be the King of Wakanda, Black Panther. I love the fact that it's something that's skin tight and it makes him look sleek, it makes him look powerful, and then of course in the most recent iterations, whatever you hit him with, he'll hit you back with it.
I think Doctor Strange.
Ooh, tell me why. Is it the cape? Is it the gilded?
The cape and the mustache.
I know you love Iron Man, but who do you think has the best style for all Marvel superheroes?
No one. I go with the Marvel villain.
Ooh, okay.
I'm a Doctor Doom guy. I was him yesterday.
I got to give it up to Scarlet Witch. She has a fire fit, and she is a queen and so powerful. I got to give it up to her.
You know what? I always love Loki. Loki, that fine Asgardian leather, just does something.
He knows the leather. He knows the gold. I know. He's got variants for a reason. He said, I don't just want to wear this today. I want to wear it all. Oh man, those are some great answers. Well, stay tuned because we have so much more coming at you from New York Comic Con 2022.
So we're having a little bit of debate here. Is it that it's the superhero who is the most stylish in their costume, or is it a superhero that is most stylish overall and their costume is really stylish? I don't know.
We could take it either way, but shall we talk about, let's break it down. Who do you think has the best style out of their costume?
I mean, hands down, Misty Knight from the 1970s. Every single outfit, there's this one time that she's undercover and she's doing this deep thing with Bushmaster, and she's got this fly, big rimmed hat on and this trench coat. Yo, hands down, Misty Knight.
I know, like you said, you could have gotten the easy one, Tony Stark. Everybody knows he's a stylish type of man.
He's suave. He's got his nice tailored suits. It's fine. What about you?
I'm really thinking that for a superhero who has the most stylish costume, gotta go with Miles Morales, right?
I gotta say that new costume right now, and yeah.
That hoodie, the sneakers, he's got it all. That is a look that's not gonna go out of style.
I hate to tell you though, if we're talking about new costumes, hands down, Storm's new costume might be one of the most beautiful and functional.
Yeah.
It's a little dagger, right where she needs it. But I agree. I mean, Miles Morales is stylish in his costume and out of his costume, though.
And we didn't even touch upon the Hellfire Gala either. That's a whole nother conversation that we could go back onto Man on the Street with.
Then we're gonna talk about X-23, hands down, almost all day, every day. And how do you compete with Emma Frost?
I mean, can you?
No,
I don't think you can, right?
No, she's literally a legend in her own mind.
Yeah.
And can make herself a legend in everyone else's.
I think that's just one of the great things about it. It's literally this is one conversation always just leads to another when it comes down to stylish.
Oh, I love it. You know what? We're asking these questions But I think we should go over to our volunteer audience being asked some questions. I hear there has been some trivia going on, so I want to toss over to some trivia. But make sure you're sticking around, right? Because we got more.
Oh, 100%. Let's see that trivia. And welcome back to Marvel Live, presented by Target. We are at New York Comic Con 2022. I am Mikey Trujillo, and of course,
I am Angelique Roche. Hello, hello, hello. I hope y'all did really well in that trivia, because we were actually sitting here doing the trivia with you, and it's been pretty great.
yeah, we don't need to talk about the score, who got what right, but as you can see, you can see that we have folks who are lining up ready for what's going to be coming next. But in the meantime, if you are not here at the Marvel booth, there's still a lot of opportunities where we want to connect with you. So you can use any of our social hashtags, Marvel NYCC. You can reach us at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram at Marvel. And we'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, we are all about it.
And if you want to hear about all of our announcements that we got, go to marvel.com/NYCC. We are literally doing a play-by-play of all of the panels. And speaking of a play-by-play, we are about to go down to the stage right now to play a Marvel mystery game.
2, 1.
Yes! What's up, y'all? Marvel booth, make some noise! No. I saw y'all made noise. A+. Y'all in the back, B-. Let's try this assignment again. Let's make some noise. Marvel booth, New York Comic Con. You can all stay.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Well,
we're here to play a Marvel mystery game. Have you seen us do this before? We're going to very authentically spin this very real
three-dimensional
wheel in real time. Right now, you ready?
Ready? 1, 2, 3, spin!
It worked.
Nice.
What are we
And here we are. We are playing Fact or Fiction.
Very cool.
Yes.
So, Fact or Fiction, this is a Spider-Man edition of the game. This year, of course, at Marvel, we are celebrating 60 years of Spider-Man. Has everybody heard of Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, if you said no.
Yeah, if you said no, we have somebody here to escort you out.
No.
But, of course, all you webheads out here, get ready. We're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to tell you all something about variety of Spiders-mans and ladies and animals from across the Spider-Verse. Oh, I'm sorry. Across the Spider-Verse. And then it's up to you to tell us whether it is fact or fiction.
Yes, and we're going to come to you. You're going to raise your hands. We're going to raise our hands nicely, like good nerds, like nice middle school students. We're going to raise our hands, and we're going to be nice and respectful. In fact, what we're going to do now, I think it's really fun. So I'm going to stand right here in center. I'm going to split this crowd right down the middle. So keep going. Make a choice. I know it's awkward. I'm looking at you, and I'm talking to you. Just right there. There we go. Keep going.
Yep.
Pick a side. Which team you? Here we go. All right, cool. So over here, this is my left. Well, my left. This team. This is Langston's team. Make some noise over here. Sounds good.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I want you guys to make more noise. Please make more noise.
That was not a winner. Let's make some noise over here on my side. Oh my goodness, we're gonna win.
Save your energy. We got this. We're fine. They're just they're gonna burn themselves out. It's
okay, so we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna ask y'all questions again. Raise your hand. You'll speak out loud and proud, either fact or fiction, and then one of our lovely friends down here is gonna hand you some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah,
it's gonna be secret. So y'all ready for some? Y'all ready for some fact or fiction? Okay, is my side ready for fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction, y'all. Come on.
It's looking good. Okay, let's start.
All right. First up, Miles Morales was originally from Earth 65. Fact or fiction? Who do you think? I saw a purple shirt in the back go up real fast. Fiction? Are you sure? Yes, you're right. That's correct.
Yeah, well done. Wait, you gotta make your way to the front.
That purple shirted guy. Thank you.
Make
side's better, by the way.
No, well, that's not conclusive.
One thing I want to say though, he was kind of from this other Earth, but right now he's all from the same Earth, and it's all one big happy family.
So it's a big asterisk. A big nerd. I love nerds. Nerd details. It's all in the details. Right, my side. Here we go. Otto Octavius, a.k.a. Dr. Octopus, was born in Schenectady, New York. I didn't finish the question. You had your hand up already. Okay, so this guy, he had his hand up. He was 9 to me. You think it's a fact? It is a fact.
It
yes.
is.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody here from Schenectady?
He said no. Spoke for all y'all. He was like, no. And if you are,
You're like saying I'm kind of
Shout
from
him
the
out.
area? Right, outside Schenectady is not Schenectady. It's not that big of a city.
I don't think it's a real place.
I
Sounds like
can't
a
even-
made-up word.
All right, anyway. All right, you guys ready? The first villain to ever face off against Spider-Man was the Vulture, fact or fiction?
Who'd you see? Who'd
We'll
you
go
see?
with glasses right here. Yeah, you. No, this one in front of you. So here's the thing, all right?
Oh, boy. Here he goes, everyone.
Here's the thing. It says fact on here, and technically, fact is true. But fiction is also true because I consider the burglar who he goes after to kind of be the first villain he ever goes for, so you're going to get a prize anyway.
Yes. That's good. That's.
Look, I'm just trying to...
Oh, wait. We got to get my prize for my man over here. It's fine, yes.
He's got a beer. He's just like, yo, let's get going.
He was so sure of it, too. He almost threw that at us, and that would have been exciting. All right, so here we go. Next up, my side, we got this. Here we go. In writer Maureen Goo's Silk series, Cindy Moon is a journalist for the Daily Bugle. Fact or fiction? Oh, yes, I saw it, yes. You sure? You sure? It's fiction, that's right.
Hey!
Yes, well done. No, we're coming back. Hey, don't turn on each other. Don't cannibalize each other right now. We got more questions. Don't turn on me now when we're doing so well.
I think you guys should turn on each other right now.
No, listen to that man. Pay no attention to the man in the mustache. Pay no attention to the man
I
in
put
the...
so much wax in this mustache today, it's real weird. I can smell it
I can
all
hear
over
it.
here,
I
you
can
guys.
hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And of course, J. Jonah Jameson in that comic also works at Threats and Menaces, so it's a fun way it all comes together.
Get your
All right,
news from Threats
Next
and
question
Menaces.
for you guys. Empire State University is in Queens. Fact or fiction? All right, black coat. Fiction. Are you positive, though? No, you're supposed to say yes. Hold on to your convictions. You said fiction first. That is correct. It's not.
It is. Yes, it is fiction.
Queens. It's in Manhattan.
All right, go back here. I believe
Stick
you. I
with
believe
your
in you. I believe
answers,
you.
everybody.
I
We're-
know.
or
Final
not.
answers. All right, here we go. Over here, we got a great prize. Roderick Kingsley, a.k.a. Hobgoblin's day job, is a taxi driver. Fact or fiction? Your hand went up real quick. Thumbs down. You're saying that's fiction? That's correct. He's a fashion designer. That is fiction. Yes. Would you buy clothes from Hobby?
100%. Yo, this outfit, styled by,
By
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin?
Look at how special I look. He was like, look at that fanny pack.
Well, he would just probably bust through a skylight on a glider. Enjoy my garments. Yes.
Enjoy my garments. Classic Hobgoblin. All right. You ready? Everybody a Black Cat fan? I need a Black Cat fan to really focus in on this one. Black Cat wears a type of jewelry that gives her enhanced agility and balance. That type of jewelry is earrings. Fact or fiction? You went up as I was saying it. Fact or fiction? No. What do we do if they get it wrong?
They have to dance on the stage.
You have to dance on the stage?
Yeah, we're making up consequences. Yeah.
No. Let's give him something anyway.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fine.
good. What's up?
We'll give you
All right.
something. Comics from my office. I
Listen.
literally brought a giant box from my office.
He
of
did.
comics.
They were touched. That has some. If you're lucky, you get one with mustache wax on it.
Well, it's fact.
It's a fact.
The answer is fact or fiction. If it was fact, it was the jewelry is earring.
The wheels on the
Our
bus
producers
are
had a
coming
very
on.
long week. Everybody, give it up
This
for
is great.
Ben.
Here we go. Okay.
Nobody
next
gives it up for Ben. I'm so sorry, Ben.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Ben, give it up for Ben, y'all.
A smattering of
It's a tough
applause
job.
for Benjamin.
It's a tough job corralling us and telling us where to be. So
how
here we
we're
go.
feeling.
Over here. Y'all like ham? That was a strange question, wasn't it? None of y'all knew what to do for a second. So listen, Spider-Man.
Wow.
I haven't
You know what?
said.
Disqualified, all of you. Hands down.
No.
Let him at least get
Hands
one.
down.
Oh, that's why. Langy.
You know what? So life comes at you fast. Okay, so Spider-Ham got his powers from a nuclear fission accident. Fact or fiction? You are waving your hand real. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It is not. It is not. I'm sorry. You said that is a fact? You say that's fact or fiction? You have to speak up just a little bit louder. Yes, it is fiction. That's right. Yes. Spider-Ham actually, no, it was not. He was bitten by an irradiated pig.
Yeah.
That's how you get powers in the Marvel Universe.
He was a spider.
Yeah.
Bitten by a pig. It's just like the old story you tell your children at night.
Oh, God.
My kid's real messed up, you guys.
Don't do that.
Okay. Why don't we wait to put on mine until I say it? Can we try it that way? I'm going to finish when I oh, he paused?
I
you
did.
Paused. Langston, that's your fault.
Dramatic
That's on
pause.
you.
It was a dramatic pause.
Okay. All right. This one's all about love. So I hope everybody's ready for love. Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson got married at City Hall. Fact or fiction? I feel like it's... You're not even putting your hand up. You're pointing at her? Okay. No, you can't look at... You and the... Yes. Yeah. Fact. That is correct. Now,
Fact.
I'll give some... Does anybody know another place they got married? You. No. Shea Stadium? That is correct. Let's give him some comics, please. They got married at Shea Stadium. Look at those pictures. It's bananas.
It's very nice. It was a wonderful affair. All right, here we go, y'all. The civilian identity of Spider UK is Reginald Dunham. Fact or fiction? You raise your hand real quick. No, I'm sorry. It is fiction. That is fiction. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tough. Who can anyone tell me the real identity? The real identity of Spider-Man UK? You have one over there. No, it is not. No, Spire UK.
You got
half of it right, so I'm going to give it to you for William. It is William Braddock.
Mary,
Yes.
Mary, rip up one of those comics. Give him half the comic.
That's nice.
I'm dead serious. Rip up one of those comics.
They're
Don't rip
not
up a
hard
comic.
questions.
How dare you?
Some of them are easy, some of them are hard.
How
Depending.
dare she?
Again.
I love it. I love it. It's great. All right. Crime boss Hammerhead has a skull made from vibranium. Fact or fiction? All right, suit guy. That's correct. Correct. Anybody know what it is? Fine. All right, you get the bag and you get a comic. Goodness gracious.
You want their stuff? You want their stuff? Okay, here we go. Sticking with Spider-Man, one of Spider-Man's enemies tries to marry Aunt May. Fact or fiction? I saw my friend in the Adidas right here. Yes, it is a fact. Yes. I'll give you one more, one bonus one. Fact or fiction? That villain was Chameleon. I'm being betrayed by the booth.
You're being betrayed by the literal things that
The
we
literal
have in
thing in
our
our hands. I'm trying to have a good time, and then I realized that this booth runs itself like an AI. So you did it.
It's fair.
It's true. It is fair. Yes.
We did skip one, Langston, so I'm
We
going to
did?
go back.
Oh, go. I'm sorry.
The top speed of the Green Goblin's glider is 300 miles per hour. All right, guy with all the books, keep putting your hand up. What do you don't, you're right there. Fact or fiction? Oh, you don't even have the, you're sure? All right, yes, fact. Now, you got one. You got one.
Okay, here we go. Another question. One of the weaknesses of the symbiote is sunlight. Fact or fiction? Am I right here in the hat? Fiction. That is right. That is right. Huh? Yes. Now, actually, I'll give you another one over here. Who can tell me what's one of the weaknesses? You raise your. What's one of the weaknesses? Fire is one. We'll get a prize over here. Oh my God! This is. Okay, I'll do yes. Right here. Yes. Yes. Sound. That's right. It is sound. Well done. Y'all know your symbiotes.
It's very good.
It's good. Very good. We need to know.
I know we don't have a lot of time left. Do you have bonus ones in your machine, Sean? No? So we're going to do a quick
Oh, so now we can do it the way I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, real quick. Spider-Man revealed his true identity on TV. Fact or fiction? Do it. Nope. It is true in the comics in Civil War, but give her a prize anyway. Go.
Okay, I got one. Green Goblin's design is based on a nightmare. Fact or fiction? I saw this thing right here. Yes, you yes. Yes, it is a fact. Yeah. It is based on a nightmare.
Cindy Moon, a.k.a. Silk, was also bitten by the same spider that bit Peter Parker. Yellow shirt in the back. That is fact, correct. Yellow shirt gets it.
Okay, I got one more for you. Earth 001 is the Earth also known as Loon World. No. Well, you can't raise your hand and then say fact and let me get. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. Those are my bonus questions.
You did it. I think I've been told to wrap this up because we got more stuff happening. This has been amazing. Thank you all. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you for coming out to the Marvel Mystery
Try our
Games.
best.
Great job, everybody. Of course, come back tomorrow. We're going to have more games, and we have more stuff here in the booth. Stay here for some really great costumes. It's going to be a heck of a fight.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely not where I thought
So
you
until next time, I'm Langston.
Ryan.
And this is Marvel, your universe.
All right, how many did you get right? How many did you get wrong? Because that was really hard.
Yeah, I think I probably got 3 right.
I mean, look.
3 right of maybe the facts, 3 maybe of the fictions.
Shout out to whoever wrote those questions, because there's a point where I was like, I think it's wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And then Ryan was there with the follow-up questions on top of the already tough question of
I
what
never
can you
want
name
Ryan
the
to
City
be
Hall?
the person that administers any kind of trivia to me about Marvel, because at the end of the day, Ryan Panagos is up there with like Tom Brevoort.
Oh yeah, 100%. They just know their stuff. They eat,
They do.
breathe,
They do.
live all that Marvel stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, we are here in the Marvel Lounge here at New York Comic Con. It is still Marvel Live, presented by Target, and we got a little bit more to go for today. And we're really excited. We also just kind of want to shout out, we've got some really dope swag from our friends at Target here in the Marvel Lounge that I have been like so excited to try not to play with.
Want to do a little
really
bit?
hard. It's really, do you want?
Well, first up, only at Target, we have Bullseye. This is an awesome Funko Pop. Now, did you
And
know?
it's a bobblehead.
Can you get it? Well, we actually have one that's
hold
already
on.
out of the box that we can share.
His head bobbles. Look how cute he is. He's such a good boy.
He's the world's most lovable bull terrier, right there, and you can take him home with you.
Oh, Target. You're so adorable. But yeah, you can take it home. It is available exclusively only at Target. Also, we have got, you know how I love my Funkos. We've got an exclusive Funko of King T'Challa in, as we affectionately like to call, what are those sandals? And it's pretty amazing. For those of us who love our Funko collection, again, available, also a bobblehead, available at Target. But for those of us, those who are not Funko collectors, we also have this really dope piece here, which is Shuri, Ironheart, aka Riri Williams, and Namor. It's so cool, like the detail of these pieces.
I am so excited for Marvel Studios' Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, out November 11th.
Out November 11th.
I can't wait to see.
Just in time for my birthday.
Well, happy early birthday.
I mean, I get all of Wakanda
Yeah.
forever on my birthday.
Stuff is so good.
All right, so while we continue to have a little bit of a look around the lounge, I am going to try not to play with Bullseye. We should.
Let's go right now. Want to look around the con?
Let's go look around
All
the
right.
con.
Let's do it this very moment.
Hello, Marvelites! Agent M here once again at New York Comic Con 2022, and I am at the Marvel Snap booth, and I am joined by Ben Brode, Chief Development Officer on the game and for Second Dinner. Hello, Ben!
It is so good to be here!
Now, for anybody who's watching who doesn't know Marvel Snap yet, please give a quick overview of the game.
Oh, sure. So it's a card game on your phone or PC. It's really fast.
Very fast.
So it's like it averages about 3 minutes. And it's really interesting because for the first time in a collectible card game, you take your turn simultaneously. And so while I'm deciding what I want to do on my turn, you're deciding what you want to do on your turn, and then we end the turn at the same time. It means there's no waiting. The games are like blistering fast.
We got to talk a little bit more about the game because there's a new season, right?
Yes.
The Symbiote Invasion.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's our first real season. So we've been running a beta. We're launched in a couple regions, but for the first time, we're going everywhere. And this season is the first time players can start to collect cards from the Symbiote Invasion. Miles Morales is a new card we've just added to the game. Players will be able to pick it up when the game launches October 18th.
We've got Rishi Mohan, who is the head of marketing for Marvel Snap. Now, Rishi, y'all didn't just come with like a little stand here at New York Comic Con. You didn't come to be like, hey, check out our mobile game. You came with a giant friggin' booth. It is awesome. It is gorgeous. Tell us a little bit about what your presence is like here at New York Comic Con.
Thanks a lot. Look, card game fans deserve it, mobile game fans deserve it, and frankly, New York Comic Con deserves it. What we wanted to do was create an experience, if we're finally outside at events, where you can experience the entire universe of Marvel Snap inside of our collector's cube. We wanted to set something up, Easter eggs all over the place, and really make an experience that you want to come to if you're here in person, something you can check out online now with all the content being made inside.
All right, you gotta share us some of the Easter eggs. I saw Spidey in a window up there. What else? What are some of your favorites around the booth?
Look, Spidey's in the window lurking around. I hear Oscorp is here. There's some PIM technologies around here. A little bit of graffiti all around. I need to check out who's doing that. Inside of the cube, you're gonna see some cool stuff. And I hear around the back, there's some pretty cool matchups that you can check out also.
But also, fans are coming and they're getting their hands on the game. How much fun is it for you and the team to actually see people playing it on a wider scale?
Everything we do, we feel like is either a love letter to the fans or to the Marvel Universe. So to see people actually interact with this stuff, it gives us so much energy. It makes us want to do more and more. I wish New York Comic Con was forever. We could do this all day long talking to people and showing them the game.
I gotta go home every night and like scoop cat poop and then kiss my daughter to sleep. Like, it takes a long time. Maybe like 5 more days. 5 more days. Maybe not forever.
Fair enough. If you have 3 minutes in between, then you should get a game of Marvel Snap in.
My dude right here. You gotta check out Marvel Snap. We're pre-registering now. October 18th, get in there. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Welcome back to Marvel Live here at the Marvel Lounge at New York Comic Con, presented by Target. Oh, man. We got to make some time to go down to that Snap booth.
Yeah, absolutely. Right after this, shall we head out?
I mean, you have time today. We got a whole day.
I know
tomorrow
is the last day.
It
Are
is
you
the last
excited?
day. I mean, I am excited because tomorrow morning we have the Women of Marvel booth. We've got the current host of Women of Marvel going to be there, Ellie Pyle, Judy Stevens, myself, I shall be there. We also have writer Eve Ewing is going to be there. I'm excited because we get to talk about all the cool stuff that's coming from Women of Marvel, the upcoming Women of Marvel podcast season, but there's some signings happening tomorrow too.
Yes, we have from Peach Momoko. Have you seen this cover? It's an app. If you are here tomorrow, you need to come to the signing because the cover is phenomenal. It's Ghost Spider with Carnage, and the level of detail that Peach Momoko has imbued on it is truly awesome. You really see Ghost Spider right at first, Gwen's face, and then you start noticing these teeth that are wrapping around the outside as the symbiote of Carnage is coming over.
Look,
stunning, a masterpiece.
Peach Momoko, we just had an interview with Peach Momoko. Marika Hashimoto from the .com team came in and did a bilingual interview with her for Marvel's Voices, and it's just so amazing talking to Peach about what goes into the work and what doesn't. For those who are also sticking around for tomorrow, tell us what you've loved so far on the Marvel live stream. Tell us what you're looking forward to, what you're excited about. on our socials. Hashtag Marvel NYCC, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. Put it in the comments, send us a tweet, and let us know. And make sure you're checking out the announcements that are coming out during this time. And we literally just made more announcements, just like right now, marvel.com/NYCC, or subscribe to any of those channels, and the social team is pushing it out.
Absolutely, and you can go to marvel.com/insider. Day 3's code, it's going to be JJ15. You can get bonus points for it. If you're not a Marvel Insider, why not?
Why not?
It's a really cool way to be rewarded for being a Marvel fan. Going to marvel.com, reading digital comics. There's so much more you can do to earn those points.
Oh.
It truly is a great time to be a Marvel fan. So, hey,
it is.
Why not get rewarded for it?
All right, so as we're winding this down to a close, I want to make sure I remind everybody, tune in tomorrow live, 2 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be right back here. Well, it may not be us, but we'll be back here in the Marvel booth, ready to show you all the incredible things from New York Comic Con 2022. But until then, this is Marvel,
your universe.